Good Saturday morning. What's up, Portia? Grand Rising to you. What's up, Teresa Jones? What's up, Just Me Douglas? What's up, Beach Girl? Miss Watts 2006 Trey? What's going on? You got some nerve. What's up, Dorothy Burns? What's up, Elaine Davis? What's up, Don Hood? What's going on? Carrie Turner, loving Lucinda, nice to see you. And Just Me Douglas once again. How you doing? Let me set my goal here, y'all. I'm gonna be here for a second, y'all. Um, Shout out to it's Kimmy's World, y'all. I've been over there checking out Kimmy's World. You know, Kimmy is they call her the chicken lady, right? The chicken lady. But Kimmy does entertainment too, y'all. She does entertainment as well. So, um, you know, so y'all check out Kimmy's World. It's Kimmy's World, the chicken lady. Y'all know she got the chickens going, and um, I stop by every once in a while in the morning when Kimmy's up, and then she does her, her things with the chicken and entertainment talk. And it was a nice time today. It was really nice. So I enjoyed listening. So if y'all looking for something different than all this foolishness sometimes, check out Kimmy's World. Okay, check out Kimmy's World. It's Kimmy's World. What's up, Elaine Davis? What's up, Rita Williams? What's going on? What's up, everybody? I just created my goals, y'all. So y'all, do what you do. It's no pressure. Um, so let's get into it, y'all. Saturday morning. Let's say good morning to everybody. I hope this Saturday morning has found you and yours well, right? I hope everybody's doing good this morning. Um, yep, got a good night's sleep, y'all. The Chicken Queen. There you go, Just Me Douglas. Um, thank you guys as the goal come in. I think I can see some goals set prior to me even getting started. So I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Um, so yeah, Kimmy's World. We talked about a few things, but I'm gonna let Kimmy. And she got a couple of topics she's gonna be talking about. So y'all stand by and check out Kimmy's World later. What's up, Cynthia Wimberly? What's going on? Good morning to you. Good morning. I would say the top of the morning to you. Um, Making a bad dash to a few stores, knowing that I will have to go out. So knowing that I will have to go out on Wednesday. Yeah, people already doing this shopping and stuff. I'm just eating Thanksgiving. I might go out and buy a cake or something. And take it to the dinner or whatever. I might go out there and buy something to take. Um, I might go get a bread pudding from Piggly Wiggly or something like that. Go to Piggly Wiggly and pick up a few things. They got some good bread pudding. So I might take a bread pudding to the dinner. Yeah, not really, doing anything big for Thanksgiving other than hanging out with families. So, that's it, y'all. That's it. Hey, Denise Pratt, good morning to you. But yeah, guys, I hadn't been back since yesterday morning, I believe. Since I came live yesterday morning, I just had to. I played some spades last night. Had some fun playing spades. I just had to get my thoughts in line and everything because I'm still shocked and shook um, from yesterday. I had to give my mind a little rest, y'all. But I'm here to talk more about it today because I think I don't think I just can't focus on anything else right now when I hear what's going on. Okay, yeah, but what we heard from that failed attorney. Hey, it's Gamma's World. What's up? It's Gamma's World, y'all. What's going on? Shout out to It's Gamma's World in the house, y'all. Another content creator. Say thank you Thank you. I'm not sure where that came from, but thank you. I got to go check that out. Oh, it's Rita Williams. What's up, Rita Williams? I got to go back and take a look at it. Thank you, Rita. Thank you. Good morning, Rebecca Wilcox. Nice to see you. I'm in the safe zone. What's up? I'm in the safe zone. What's going on? What's going on? What's our welcome in? Oh no, I missed space. Yeah, you did, Miss Watts. We had a good time. The matriarch here in the city. So there you go. Well honored. That's honor, y'all. See, there is I had to go back and clear up my definitions of matriarchy and then matriarchs, right? There's matriarchy, which is the one related to the probably the family, and then the matriarch. The matriarch is almost like somebody that leads in the community, leads in a way. It's still a word of honor. It's still recognized as a place of honor, a place of people looked up to and stuff like that within the community, within a organization. So it's matriarchy and then it's matriarch, right? So I'm gonna get my words confused. Let me correct that as well. So she says she's the matriarch. And so awesome. Welcome in the safe zone. Thank you for the thumbs up. I didn't get a notification. You didn't get your notifications, Miss Watts? Wow. Well, we're going to make sure. Y'all, we hadn't played, Miss Watts, we hadn't seen you in a minute, but get back in there. Y'all, thank y'all. I'm trying to get it going. If I don't see anything for a moment, just know I'm talking, but thank y'all in advance, guys. Thanking y'all in advance. If I don't see you, you know you're here as well. But we're going to get into some things, y'all. We're going to talk about this because I had to go around and look. I had to go find. So I had to go look and see for myself. I had to go through and find me some black female attorneys online. And I had to go see what they were doing. I had to go look. I had to go ground myself and say this shit is this. Excuse me. I don't want to curse at all. Right? I want to keep this kind of clean. I had to go kind of ground myself and say this is unbelievable, right? And this may not be the talk, but thank you for the latte, Rita Williams. Thank you so much. I had to go look and just kind of like I had to go look, y'all. Because I have to say, am I wrong? Are they really doing this on the internet? So I went through and I saw a few black female attorneys, and I specifically looked for black female attorneys to see what they're doing. And ain't nobody doing nothing like I saw yesterday. Ain't nobody doing it. We got people that dress the way they like to dress. We got attorneys that can put on clothes that may be a little risque, because they're young. But ain't nobody doing nothing to what I saw yesterday. Ain't nobody out there doing nothing like I saw yesterday. Okay? I'm telling you, I went looking. I had to post a couple, at least 2 or 3, just to support my facts. Now, there probably are attorneys out there like that. Probably I didn't find them yet. But I had to go look get a couple of them just to make sure I'm not crazy. I had to. Because I'm like, I know, let me say this, y'all. I know I'm not going to ignore the fact that this sector has said some things about kids. They have went low to the ground. We cannot ignore the fact. It ain't the first time. Probably won't be the last time. Because this sector has went low when talking about people's kids. I know. But y'all I've never, ever I didn't know you can get that low. Oh, I know people can get low. Let me lie. Don't lie. I've never expect to ever hear. I mean, when you hear it, you know it's already bad. When you hear people talk about kids, I've never, ever agreed to it, acknowledged. No, I've supported people that may have done it. And, there ain't no justification at all. Just that I've supported people in the past that have said things about kids. But y'all, I ain't never think it can get that gutter low. And I don't care if you're talking about a specific content creator. But when somebody can try to justify, and I can't justify shit. from the past to now. But when somebody tried to come out here as the person that's doing it, because I know some people probably regret, and they probably do it again, but I know people kind of like have to regret ever doing something sometimes. But you can't tell people how to hit back. No, you can't. You can't tell people how to hit back, and because they're gonna say things, especially when somebody talking about their child. It's almost like, but y'all, I see you, Madelle. I thank you. I see you, but y'all, I thought I've heard. I still can't get my words together, and to come back and try to put it on God. I want to call out anybody. Please help me to understand. This attorney, failed attorney, came out here and did a whole nother lie trying to explain why to be, God will allow a child to be SA from the time they were born. It was his will before the child was born, and it was his will after the child was born. And God does this, his will, this is what she went through. This is God's will. This is what he allowed because, y'all, somebody help me. Understand. Okay? Hey, T. Brooks, what's going on? Thank y'all. Welcome in, Trey Trey. Now, Yolanda Wright, good morning. Y'all just hear me out this morning. Okay? Because I know there's a lot of us in here. We may be out here. We may have said some things, but we still God-fearing. We may have done some things, but we know we still God-fearing people out here. Some of us are. Okay? I can't make any justification. Like I said, I was saying before. He ain't pleased. He ain't pleased with me as well. And I can't even justify that. But I'm going to keep saying, when I come out here, I make a decision like anybody else. That's our free will. And that's why we and only us can stand before him. Right? But I just have a hard time understanding how she once did not believe in God and claimed to be spiritual, but now she believes in God. So I really don't even buy it when she talks about it, about religion. I like I said, thank you, Miss Justine Douglas. I don't know where people are in their life when it comes to their spiritual belief, but I just can't believe what I heard. And then she came back with a video. And it looks like she was trying to set up some type of defense for her argument because she noticed was weird. She noticed was wrong, right? On all levels. She know it. No, but let me ask you, she may not know it because I don't know the state of her mind as well. But I don't know her state of her mind for her to say like this. But then, she came back and doubled down on it. So yeah, this is a conscious decision. Because when you can come back and double down on it, and then go report. She made 3 or 2 videos since that first statement, since she came out here and said what she said. So she doubled down on it. And then she came back with a video trying to support it, but with her belief in God, what she says, and I believe it. And I guess, it almost sounded like she was developing some type of defense of why she's stating it and why she's saying it. There is no justification for that. That could not be God's plan. Trey, in my heart, I know that's not God's plan for no child. And if anybody can come out here and give me anything that will say that's God's plan, I need somebody to help me understand. Somebody out here. I mean, I can go find scriptures and everything else, but please make me understand. Somebody's probably a little bit knowledgeable than I am. I just know what I know. But if anybody can come out here that has and understanding further than what I know. We all have our own interpretation of what we read and stuff like that. But is in your heart, do you ever think that God plans from the mother while the child is still in the womb to have that child because of the mother? Now we know, I can't. I can't. And it was done out of anger and frustration and and I know where it came from. It came out of anger and frustration, and I don't know how to hit back, and I just want to hurt you. I know it came more from that than anything. It didn't come from a belief. It came from I want to get you back. I'm gonna say what I can. I'm gonna say whatever hurts. None of that comes from when the things come out of my mouth. It doesn't come from God when I'm talking like that. I don't. That's coming from me. When I come out here and say some of the most wretched thing, I dare not give that to God. That's me making a decision to come out here and go hurt as low as I can, get you back. That ain't God speaking. That's me after I've done it, realizing, oh God, forgive me. Let me go back and clean this up. Let me go take this video down. Let me do something different. That's when God steps in. When I know hell, I know I was wrong. Then I come back and do the same thing again, okay, later on. But that ain't God putting that ain't of God. When it's things coming at me that I want to hurt people and get people back because what they're saying to me, that ain't of God. That's just me wanting to come out here and get back, right? That's my decision to do that. There is no justification for that. Thank you, Danny girl, for the 100. Y'all, thank y'all as y'all coming in, sending the gifts in. And I'm reading in my thoughts. Please understand, I'm not ignoring you. I'm going to say thank you once again. Good morning, Teresa. What is that? I don't have my glasses on. Teresa Totten, what's good morning? TP, good morning. If you're in here, that girl is crazy. That's not God's plan. No, it's not, Cynthia Wembley. I just don't believe it. I think anger, frustration, whatever else is going on. But when she came down back and tripled down, not only double down, I think she even came back and put a triple down on it. Truth telling a troll. And I'm gonna talk about that too, truth telling. We have sat in some audience. I can't, and we have heard some things. I don't even know. When you get to that point and you can listen to somebody say, okay, let's go. I wish your mom would die. Your mom was gonna die. Okay, same thing on you. Everybody got their limitation of what they can listen to and what they can take and what they can absorb. Okay, still don't make it right. None of this make it right. I guess what does is where your value lies in a lot of things. Where your thoughts are, where your beliefs are when it comes to certain things. Certain things you could listen to and move on and I don't agree with that. But I'm trying to understand. Listening to that video yesterday, and I had to go back and listen because I had to get some material from it and stuff from it. But when your thoughts and your mind can line that up to that point where you come out and you just include the system, the law enforcement, the judges, the courts. I mean, the whole thing I'm saying is that as an attorney who took an oath, and I'm going to say it again, it puts you on a whole different level. It puts you on a whole different level out here because this is how you came out and you introduce us to yourself as an attorney. You didn't come out here as a content creator. You came out here to me. You were introduced when I first heard of you failed attorney. You were introduced to us as an attorney representing your mother. That's how I got to know you, is because you were introduced as a content creator on YouTube. You were introduced to us as an attorney representing your mother, and that you were going to do anything to protect her. And you were going to use your legal policies and everything you have to your legal at your hands to find people. That's how you came out here. That's how I met you. Also, how did they treat the foster kids in that home? The mom and her had to be cruel to them. The mom admitted to being cruel to them. The mother admitted that she would curse them out and be mean. The mom came out here and told us what she did to the foster kids. And she doubled down by asking the foster child, wasn't I mean, and cursed y'all out? And the child was right, not the child. The child is now a man. She asked the former foster child on live, I believe it was on a birthday of one, that was I not mean to y'all, and did I not curse y'all out? And did y'all not, yeah, she said it. She admitted to it. It says also about the subs over there, nobody holds them accountable. That girl's crazy. That's not God's plan. So yeah, we know the potential. There is something there. For the mother to also think it's okay to come out and say that, and no repercussion, no accountability. People sat there and said, this woman just said that she was mean. Mean is one thing. Cursing out is a different thing. So what did mean involve? If you cursed them out verbally, then what did you do that was mean? Because it was two different acts now. I would curse them out and I was mean. So we know the act. One act is verbal. What's the other act? I'm gonna get back on topic. Because we hear two acts happening. One, I was mean to them and I would curse them out. Nobody ever questioned what was the other part of it. Nobody ever questioned what was the other part of being mean to a foster child. Okay. Good morning, Miss Dimple J. I heard from a panel that Nona was out here before the mom, and she started the religious sector, then the mommy sector. I have no idea. That family history of drug abuse and instability, the reason for all the dysfunction, said Loveling. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. But as I didn't even look at, I heard her call a couple names out in the as she was doing this, and I'm like, how? I guess most people will say, well, you sat there and listened to 74 say some things. You sat there and listened to that content creator say some things about children. You sat there and listened to that. Yeah, that may be the argument. That could be the argument on these YouTube chat, that people have sat and listened to other content creators say some of the most heinous things or most distasteful things. That could be the case. But at some point, when it get to that, where is the bottom line? Where is that for us? When, like, somebody asked me, what does that say about us when we get to this point? What does this say about us as a person, our own selves, when we can get to this point and absorb this? It's hard for me to absorb it right now. My body is rejecting this shit altogether. I can't. But there are certain things that maybe you kind of hear and listen and move on and go, shit, that ain't for me. I can't listen to that. And I've done that. I don't listen to it. Just because I support somebody, that don't mean I'm listening to it. That don't mean I agree to it. And people may say the same thing about this particular subject, about the failed attorney, how she went. But I don't think I've ever heard anybody ever go to that extent, that low. But we know it's in her because we saw what she did to her mother. I mean, there's something in her because of the way she tore up her mother and her own sister on these YouTube channels. Could we say that wasn't in her? It had to be. It had to be in her. And she's happy about it. She's happy about what she did out here. She's happy about that. She felt accomplished. She felt accomplished. She felt so accomplished that she came back and did another video saying, "Make me change it. I'll shovel shit before I change it." Said the same thing about her mom in so many words when she wasn't going to back down from what she said about her mother. So she's not going to change it because she never changed it about what she said about her mother. Okay, and her sister. She ain't never backed down from that either. So she actually believed these things. It does trigger anxiety. I will admit I have distanced myself from time to time to protect my sanity, and you have to. You have to. You're going to have to be able to. Because in the end, it does reflect a little bit about, you know, who are we? I don't know, because I look at it because I'm looking at somebody that took an oath. Because even though I took an oath more than 30, almost 30 years ago, there's certain things that I just can't do. Just because who I am. Not because of the oath, but first of all, because who I am as a person. See, there's certain things that you just can't do or won't do just because of the person that you are. Okay? There's certain things you will not do. Not because people are watching, but because it's who you are. Right? You know how some people can do certain things and just do it because people are watching? I do it because of who I am. There are certain things I will not do just because of who I am as a human being first. Then there are things I won't do because they're just utterly just wrong. And then there are things I won't do because the law and the oath says I won't do them. And I still, at this point in time, I will not do a lot of things. I agree some of that status held to a certain regards. I agree some of that status held to a certain regards. Hey, thank you, Sean, the Vision Code. Thank you. Truth telling. Thank y'all for the floating hearts. Everybody's coming through in the Sunday. Like I said, self-control shows strength. You have to have that self-control. You have to have that button that shuts off at time, that conscious, that conviction, something that slows you down. Something that tells you, ooh, wait a minute, hold up. Something that moves you to the side a little bit and says, wait a minute, hold up. There's something in us that will draw. And some of us may not have that filter or that switch that says, whoa, hope, 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 hope. Catch yourself, stop, catch yourself. And sometimes that filter and that shut off button get consumed with emotions and anger and frustration, and it overrides, and then you don't have a fail safe button, because a lot of times people don't have a fail safe button, right? When everything goes to shit, and all of a sudden you don't pull all the lights and alarm, and then somebody say, hit the other button, hit the fail safe, the last button. We got one more thing to save us, y'all. Hit that last button. And sometimes that button works and it keeps you from going to the utter. And sometimes that shit just all falls to dang on. Fail safe button don't even work. Right? We have those types of things aligned in our bodies and our mind that makes us stop. Like when we're touching, at some point in time when we touch a hot stove, we'll never touch that hot stove again. We have experiences that won't allow us to do shit over. Excuse my language. We have experience in life that will not allow us to do the same thing over and over again, right? We do have that experience. We make mistakes and we learn that ain't what we gonna do again. When a child touches a hot stove, or when you growing up, you touch a hot stove one time, you learn that hot. I ain't gonna touch that again, right? You learn there are things in life as you become from a child to an adult that there's certain things we just not going to. We learn from experience. I was a law enforcement officer for 35 years, and we definitely were held to a certain standard. Officer got fired for DV, drug activities, and weapon violation, etc. There, Trey. We're held to a different standard. That was deeply disturbing. Listening to her, that child is essay is never acceptable. And framing it as something allowed by God is diabolical. Diabolical. Shanae, I just we can tell the difference. Justice, trust me. A lot of respect you for that reason. Thank you, loving Lucinda. Appreciate that. So that's character. Thank you, Justme Douglas. So when the failed attorney came out here with that rant yesterday, or the day before yesterday, when she came out here with that rant, I think I went back through all the content creators that have said some silly, crazy, and some of the most distasteful things. I don't know how you rank them, but y'all, I put this here not because I put this at number one because she's an attorney, because she's a woman, because she's a mother. First woman, second mother, an attorney. I have to put this at number one. She is supposed to be educated, smart, consider herself one of the smartest people on the internet, and everybody else is not. You gotta go check it out. She refused to take it down. Loving Lucinda, you gotta go check it out. If you have not went, start with her video from a day or so ago. Start with the letter M. Okay, start from that. I think I rank this as one of the worst things that ever touched my ears. This I've been on here for 4 years. I've heard some things. But to come from this person, I've seen what she can do to her mother. I don't know why I'm so shocked. I guess it's the way she said it, and then how she's trying to support it. And then to tell a victim that nobody will never hear them, and nobody ever heard you, and nobody will ever hear you, and you sit and you get dressed to go to work, you say, as an attorney who swore and took an oath 5 years ago to uphold the law, and so many disregard to the victim. Even though I know the person you hate because they're talking about your mother and wishing the death, the lowest you can wish on a person. I hear that. I know what you're mad about. But at some point, lady, can't tell nobody how to fight back, but something should have hold you back at some point. Something should have said, okay, I've said enough. I'm done enough. Some people in the audience were egging you on. And those of you that sat in that audience, just like they say, sit in other content creators' audience too. And some of you still support her. I understand that. Some of you may have tuned out. I understand that. Some of you may say, nope, this ain't for me. I've been there, done that too. But if you can justify any of it, I can't justify half of this shit, and I ain't gonna make no time to justify it, because it's unjustifiable. Some of the stuff we have seen out here and done out here and heard out here can't justify nothing. Can't. Huh? Can't do it. There's no justification. Okay? I got to be honest with that. There's none. But where do we draw the line in the sand? Who draws the line in the sand? How do we draw a line in the sand? When do kids stop? When we can get this low with not when talking about a child. When we can get, how much lower can we get? Is there anything lower than what we heard, other than coming on and actual seeing the act being done on here? Is there any other words? Is there any other words that can get lower other than somebody coming on here visually doing it? Is there any other words that can get lower than what we heard yesterday? Is there any other description that can get lower than what we heard yesterday? Somebody tell me, is there any other description when somebody described what the acts and what was happening? Thank you to know Corporal Pratt. Thank you. I'm going to hit that 5 on that. That just flashed out, y'all. Thank y'all. Hit that like on that. Is there any other words? If you think that when you listen to what she said and how she described it yesterday, which is near damn almost pornography written out for me I mean, can you even get any lower in the description of what she was saying? 2 rounds don't make a right, but you have to react to your own morals. She's responding from what is in her and may have accounted for her trauma herself. That may be the case as well, Trey. A lot of it, as I listened, and like I said, I'm not here trying to diagnose. I cannot do that. I'm not trying to diagnose nobody. I'm no one's therapist on here. No, I'm anybody's psychiatrist. But Trey, a lot of it I did hear. And when they went into something, when I did listen a little bit to it, I almost got to, as I was listening to someone, let me tell you what I almost heard. You know when somebody told a story and almost coming from their story in a sense, especially yesterday, the last video she made, and I listened to the first video, the second video, and I heard somebody telling something from within. Somebody was giving their story again. Somebody, in a sense, was telling their story again. Y'all see what I'm saying? Somebody actually, in trying to take their anger and frustration out, actually got so absorbed into this situation that it almost sounded like they were telling their story. Because this happened before a year ago. This happened a year ago, but it's a different it's a different person. You understand what I'm saying? It's not the mother or the sister this time. I'm going to tell my story, but I'm going to use this particular situation to get it out. If you sat and you actually listened to the entire, and I did because I for a reason, right? If you sat and if you can listen to, and I had to listen to it, I had to because I'm in my processing. I'm processing. You put it all together, and you listen to her tone and her inflection of her voice. You almost heard somebody telling from a story from within. If you listen to the speech, the pattern, the thought process, you can almost listen to somebody telling their own story by projecting it onto somebody else. Huh? His premises will allow some things to happen because of his ultimate plan, says Karen Martin. She was very descriptive to not to know that what she was saying. Tilo, it was the it's almost like the story she told before. If you go back and listen how she told the story about her life, you can almost line that up with what she's doing out here now. That's my thought. That's what I was getting out of it. I could be wrong, but it's almost like I heard this story before, but it's coming out in this manner. You see what I'm saying? So Karen Martin, even the terrible things that happen to our lives is part of his permissive will. Karen, I don't know. I just think maybe I came out here and tell everybody give their permission, give what they're feeling. I just don't see God's plan from the time somebody's conceived in the womb to say that in her way she's saying it. Maybe in some other way, but I don't. I can't. I just can't make sense of it. Maybe that's we all come from different places. I just can't say, you know, maybe putting it a different kind of way. I can't agree with that in the way she's saying it and how she's saying it. I just don't. I just can't. I can't get my mind wrapped around that. I just don't see how she explained it. That's God's will. I just can't. I just can't. Maybe some people can get to that. I just can't. Thank you, Nicole Pratt again. I just can't. I'm not. I mean, that's a belief. Like I said everybody has their own belief. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. She has said some things, but they retract some things a little bit. So I can't even say that. I can't even say that, Cynthia Wembley. I'm not sure. Some things were said during the time that they exposed each other that led you to believe that because she did say her mother allowed men to have access to them, but they never went any further than that. So I don't know. I really can't say that. But there's certain things that you can have inference. When people say certain things, you can gather some inference from it. But I can't say for sure. She laughed as a child, being sad, and used a pickle to describe body parts were vile and disgusting. Yes, and we'll talk about that. That's your choice. But what I'm saying is, Karen, I'm not going to go. I hear you. I'm not going to argue. Like I said, we all going to have different interpretation, and we all have our choice. That's not what I'm going to do. I said somebody tried, and you said what you said, and like I said, I may just not agree. But you know, if it's biblical, and then okay, I may just get a different interpretation of it. I'm just not agreeing to how I heard it yesterday. Okay, I'm not going to agree to how I heard it the past couple of days. That's not what I'm going to do. But I hear what you're saying. I'm not going to argue. I ask people to give their opinion, but I'm not going to get into that part of it. I guess I want somebody. That's all I'm saying. If a God stopped every evil work, Jesus' suffering and dying was in vain. Okay, okay, okay. But I'm just not going to go with what I heard yesterday. Okay, I'm just not going to go with what I heard over a few days. Maybe in certain ways, I know God has His will when we can't stop, when loved one dies. I know God has a lot of will, and I said, let it be His will. I just don't, a lot of things. I guess if I believe God's will, but I just can't wrap my mind around it's God's will to have one particular child just go through all this just because it's who they are. You understand? That's where I'm stuck. But when you say God targeted this one particular child and no other human being, and then you're trying to say that was God's will, for that particular child, and her entire life and her whole life. I just can't. But I, like you said, you know, if that's the argument that you have, hey, I can't disagree. I won't agree, and won't. You know, I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to argue your point. I'm just saying it's your belief. Um, I hear you, Karen. They are the last and days. Satan is busy and using whomever he can, and she'll allowing him to use her to hurt others. And and she's not the only one. It just was so shocking. It was just so shocking. I think the context of everything was so shocking. How she told the story, how she went down the timeline was so shocking. How she went down, because we've heard a lot of shocking things on here. But I guess we've heard a lot of things on here that's probably shocked us, right? But why this particular storyline right here? Because the expectation of how she told this story and how she said it and how she said that the system and how she described everything and how it was happening and nobody helped her. I'm like, this is some stuff. Good morning, Justice. You can find the scripture in Jeremiah 29. I don't have my glasses. I can't. Okay, chapter 29, verse 11, or is that verse 11? I don't know if that's 3 ones or 2 ones. Okay, we can go through all type of justification. I understand, guys. We're gonna find things to probably justify what she's saying, but I still can't wrap my mind around that. Okay, I just can't. I just can't wrap my mind on what I heard and how it was told. Because most people have lost their life and spending time in prison for the rest of their lives for acts like this. You understand me? If that's what is the punishment? Okay, most people have lost their lives, will spend their lives in prison for even taking that action out. Most people will be lose their job over this. They can lose their job over their livelihood over this. Even no matter how you feel, even if your freedom of speech, even if it's your godly belief, to put it out here like that. Now, if you wanted to explain it the biblical kind of sense, okay, take the biblical sense and explain it. But that's not what she did. That's not what she did. She didn't come from that biblical sense until the end to justify it. That's not what she did in the beginning. Okay? I'm getting back to my topic because I don't want to get into a biblical back and forth right now. Okay? I don't want to get into that right now. I'm trying to understand. It didn't come from the biblical sense of trying to explain to somebody. This came from I'm going to destroy you and get money from it sense. Okay, we can find the biblical reasons later, like she did, but that ain't what she came from. That ain't where she came from. She didn't come from a biblical sense when she was talking about it. She was coming to, I'm going to F you over, make you hurt, make you cry, tell you about your life, tell you about everybody, the system, the court system, the caseworkers, the judges. She used all those people. Will never hear you and have never heard you. Do you know how many victims probably was in that audience yesterday listening to her? How many victims probably had kids in that audience that have kids that have to look at their kids? Huh? It wasn't, thank you, Charlene Bailey. It wasn't done to have a biblical understanding. It was done out of malice. It was done out of disgust. Call it what it is. But it was not done to explain. It was that later came back to try to put a biblical spin on it. Okay? The argument later was trying to put a biblical spin on it, but it wasn't done in the beginning. Not like that. She doesn't know the difference. She's feeding out of her emotion and anger. I said that. Yeah, Karen. You're right, Justice. That's her nothing to do with God, Jesus, all the Holy Spirit. I enjoy your knowledge and wisdom. So back to the bishops. I go, thank you. Who's that? I need to put my glasses on, y'all. Hold up. I'm sitting out here trying to read without my glasses, and that's the issue. Let me see if I can find it. You can't justify being evil and demonic, says Nicole Pratt. Thank you, Nicole Pratt. 8 months, keeping being real, Justice. Some things can't be explained beyond our comprehension. She may as well have said, nah, nah, nah. Exactly, Justice. Question what, asked regarding what she stated. Thank you, Homac. The intent was to cause pain. Yeah. When you listen to this as a person, again, and you listen, there's a lot more going on there than just her coming at 74. I can tell you that much. I saw that she tried to do backpedal, but the damage is already done. Good morning, I'm Renee Andrews. It's a teasing way, and a teasing in a way. It's more than teasing. I'm gonna go from this perspective right here, right now. When the last, when there is nothing else, a lot of people want to look up to an attorney on this page, a young black female attorney. They want their kids sometime to go look at that attorney. Look at everything they've done. It's hard. It's only a few. It's work. But since, and I know black female attorneys, okay? And I say this again, I've never met, not known one quite like this, that's willing to throw everything away. And I mean everything. And if she thought that she didn't throw everything away yesterday, she did. There is no coming back from this. There is no return from this. There's nothing in the world, in my opinion, that can bring her back from this. And she may not care. There's not a courtroom that she could sit in. We all have freedom of speech. We have a right to express our feelings and our emotions. But there has an I'm going to say it again, there's an expectation. And that's where I'm coming from. If it ever get to this point, we all have that turn off button as well, right? We all have a choice to listen in. We all have a choice to absorb what we want to absorb. Everything right now is based on what we want to listen to and how we want it and how we perceive. We're going to receive things differently based on our experience, right? Everybody is going to listen differently, and everything is going to be handled based on values, morals. There's so many different things that are going to come into play when we listen to any content creator out here. Experience, values, character, morals, belief system. All of it's going to be based on that. And we all going to look through it at different lenses and in different places in our life. I don't know where everybody is at in their life here on this YouTube streets. I don't know where everybody live, and I don't know where everybody house how they was raised in their home, right? I don't know how people came up, because it's going to also be based on that. I don't know where people came from. I don't know how they lived their life. I don't know how they were raised. I don't know where their values lie. I don't know where their support system lies. I don't know where their family lies. I don't know how they look at life in general. I don't know their belief in religion or not having a religion. I don't know their spiritual belief. Everybody believes in their religion and their spiritual different beliefs. Yes, they do. Okay? We all have different perception. We look at life through different lens. Each and every one of us have lenses how we look at life and how we receive things and perceive things. That's always going to be different. Right? We can all look at one accident and come up with 10 different stories when we do the interview, right? Everybody saw something different. Everybody heard something different. Some people have a little ways to add some shit in. You know, they like to embellish. Okay? The bank, everybody saw the bank robbers come out the bank. Everybody saw what color. People saw what different colors. But somebody going to say the bank robber came up to them and give them $100 bill. They're going to add something to it, right? She lacks the very tool that keeps up saying a cutoff switch. Yes. Let me say this. Research God's permissive and perfect will. Have a good day, y'all. Thank you, Karen Martin. Medell 5917. That's just, and she has no filter and no limit on what she will say or do. That's the problem. And that's, yeah. Karen, that's exactly why she said they would never go and listen to anything that I tell that I feel an unethical attorney. This is to say. Despicable, says Karen Martin. If a person she's targeted heard it, we don't know how it may have affected her, and nobody wants to revisit those disposable things, she said. Thank you, Sean, the vision for the floating hearts. I appreciate that. Thank you, Shonda. Thank you, Madelle. I see y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for helping me. Shout out to everybody for helping me reach my goal. Thank y'all so much. I appreciated that. And thank y'all. And y'all exceed the goals right now. And I want to appreciate that. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. So I want to say this. And I'm going to look at it from this perspective as a former law enforcement officer. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Thank you. Hey, Spicy, for the flowers. Thank y'all for helping me reach that goal. I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to keep going, y'all. I'm going to turn the goals off because I appreciate that. And I got what I put up. And now I'm going to turn it off. And, thank y'all. I'm going to look at it I've looked at it from a human stance. Now I'm going to look at it from the person that made me who I am as well. Not the person, but the things I've done in life that made me who I am. Who I am, I came as a person that was developed a long time ago from my mother and my father. But who I am when it comes to a lot of things in life, what I've done in life, that's a part of it too. And that's that part of me that, and I speak so highly of it, is that part of me that came from law enforcement and the court system and protecting people and lifting people, and just knowing to have the expectation of having this person who say that they're going to come out here and hold the Constitution and hold everything. And yeah, guys, I know all that. Yeah, yeah, but that's the expectation when you say I want to do this for a living. This is what I want to do. I want to come out here. And we know there are bad lawyers out there. We've run into them. We got some. They're not all good lawyers out here. There are people that took oaths just like she did and are crappy as hell. And they've taken advantage of people. They've robbed people. She's not the first bad attorney. She's not the first bad person. She's not what she won't be the last. But this is who we're dealing with right here and right now in our presence. Right? This is what we're dealing with right here and right now. 33 months. Thank you, Sean Division. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I had to come to my phone to make sure you reach the goals. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. But we're talking about right here and right now. Right? We can go, we know, we can point out attorneys that you may have seen that may have done, not do the right thing, not represent their client fairly. You may have had experienced people that may have hired attorneys. They said that attorney didn't do their job. They let my son do this. They gave guided wrong advices. Yeah, they're existing. But we're going to talk about this failed attorney who came out here and tried to shove us and was shoved down our throats in so many ways and made us want to look at them as the only attorney, and they're the only one that can be one, and nobody could be like them, and everybody's stupid, and you can only do that job because you could never be an attorney. You can't be an attorney because that's why you're a teacher, because you can't be an attorney. That's why you're this, because you can't be an attorney. You're not that bright. You're not that smart. You can't go to UCLA, Berkeley. You can't go to get a law school. You can't hold a law degree in 2 different states because you're not like me. You're stupid. You're dumb. You come from a low family. You come from that type of family. You come from this and that. You could never be like me. You want to jealous of me. You want to be in a high rise like me. You want to be 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 my daughter. Y'all can't be my daughter. Y'all, you know how many times, y'all, let me go through that for a minute. You want to be me. Y'all jealous of me. Y'all want my money. Y'all want my place. Y'all want my job. Y'all want to be an attorney. Y'all want to look like me. Then you got the other one. Y'all can never be my daughter. Let me tell y'all. Let me say something. You can be anything, but if you lack character, you lack morals, the moral turpitude. When you lack morals, integrity, when that shit in you, when you lack the decency, when you can't uphold the things that you said you would do in order to be who you are today, that's a whole different thing. What's up, Cassie? Ask her, my favorite people, they make a difference. Thank you, Nicole. Morning, Robin Williams. Hey, Miss Labengo, what's up? I'm a teacher because teachers are heroes. Love and Lucinda, thank you, teacher. When they put down teachers, you only a teacher because you couldn't be a lawyer. You only a therapist because you couldn't be a lawyer. You only this job because you couldn't be a lawyer. You're not smart like me. You're not smart like my daughter. Y'all, none of y'all could be a lawyer. None of y'all can have what I have. None of y'all can. No, nobody could do this. Everybody's jealous. So when you look at a person that can come out here and probably take this sector to the lowest, I think it could ever get in a descriptive manner. And we've gotten low. Oh, we have gotten low in this sector. We all know it. Don't anybody come out here and try to defend if we hadn't gotten low in this sector. We have. We have digged down to the pits of hell, but now we are surpassing hell. Hell, the devil looking at us like, damn, y'all worse than me. Shit. When the devil gonna look down and say, whoa, wait a minute. Oh. And I know the devil looked at this sector 2 days ago and said, job well done, my daughter. Yeah. That devil looked down into your pits of you, field attorney, and said, job well done. Yeah, you get, if you want the honors of anything, you have reached the lowest of all time. I don't think, God damn it, girl, you get the crown. You get to sit on the right hand of the devil. He is proud of you. Okay? Oh, he proud of you. Okay? Okay? He got to be proud of you. Cause damn it, you surpassed him in a lot of ways. If I, shit, girl, that's just my feeling, my opinion. Girl, mm, well, when we know when you didn't honor you, I just, let me go there. It's a disgusting, but let me get into it. She sound ignorant. We got in our profession because that's what we was passionate about. Thank you, Nicole Pratt. They don't understand that. I want to show and respect the teachers, the good ones, and our heroes. They spend 8 hours our children. Thank you for the service. Thank you, Sean DeVisa. She said, no high rise. It's no high rise. It's a penthouse. She can have that argument. I can see there's opinions and there's facts. And if I wanted to sit down and show her, take the time, which I don't, and explain to her why she's not in a penthouse and why she's in a high rise, I would. But you can't. I'm not going to argue. That's that. I'm not. Let her have her penthouse. Let her have her vision of her penthouse. Christ has been out so low in this sector. I moved over LA sector. It's horrible. I'm over the LA sector. It's horrible. Say Nicole. Justin would be an amazing motivational speaker. Thank you, Nicole Pratt. Just have you ever thought of being a professor or motivational speaker? You know your stuff and you can teach our young. I've thought about being a life coach. I've thought about being a motivational speaker in my career. Most of my career is in standing in front of people, standing in front of groups. A matter of fact, I am in so many ways always been speaking to the public, in the public. Most of my career is nothing based on communications, motivation. So yeah, most everything in my career has always been public, in the public front. Always having to deal with groups of people as well. So, but I thank y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate that. Thank you. One of the things I will say after listening to her, and I'm gonna go back to this attorney. You have done a lot of damage out here as an attorney, not as a human being, as well as a human being. But I'm gonna stake on the fact that you're an attorney. And I'm gonna say, because some of you may have not listened to my live yesterday, but the expectation, the expectation is quite different. And there's nothing you could do that will ever change that. The difference between you at this point is that you have to understand you're held at a higher standard because of your job, because of your potential of being in a courtroom, because of your potential of representing people on different situations, because of your chances of being called in a courtroom, because of the chances of you may encounter certain types of clients. And I don't want to get into the fact that she's not an attorney and that she doesn't have a job. That doesn't matter right now. The fact is that she is licensed. And this is where I'm going to go with this. I don't care if she don't have a job at this point. She shouldn't have one as an attorney. She should have one, like she said, shoveling shit. And that may be the end result of this all. Is you will probably be shoveling shit before being an attorney again. Okay? Let's go there. I don't care how you would come out here and say, because of this person, I get to come out here and do that. Unfortunately, when we take certain positions in life, there's certain things that we can't do what everybody else do. Okay? When we decide on a career that has a certain type of expectation and demand because we are in a position, some would say, a power, just the overall expectation of the job itself with moral codes. It has codes. Most jobs don't have, we have a conduct book, we have policies and procedures. Yeah, we do have policy and procedures on our job, right? And it tells you what you can and what your expectations are in the job. You got your work book, you got your policy and procedures, and you have some expectations. But then at some point, you also have what is called policy procedures. Then you got practices, right? So we get into policy and procedures, but then the job they do certain practices. Okay, let me go. Now stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. How many times do you say, look at something on your job and you go, but that's policy and procedure, and somebody go, well, we practice this, but this is what we actually do in order to, get things done. We got the policy and procedures, but we also have practices. We have little things that we can do to just stay at the line, maybe tip our toes across the line, and maybe get close to the line. Those are the practices that is shit that'll get you trapped up later when you're sitting in a courtroom and you go, but my supervisor allows me to do this, and we're allowed to do that, and well, nobody said this, and well, it's a practice, right? But when that attorney representing that company comes out, who you just got fired from, and you try to explain to them, but this is what the law firm, this is what they allow us to do. We've been doing this. We've been practicing this. You know what the attorney is going to ask you? What is the policy? What is the procedure? What is the policy? What is the policy that is written in your book? Read that to me. This is what is the training book says. Read that to me. When they do that policy, when they pull your training logs out, and they pull that policy and procedure out, all your practice is going to shit because it ain't going to matter. Because the only thing that lawyer is going to lay on is what is policy and procedures. I don't know. You and those that are allowed to go to practice going to be paying out the yang, okay? All right, let's get back to what I'm saying. We have what is called the model rules as an attorney. There's something called model rules. There's something called a code of conduct, the rules of conduct. That is have an expectation of an attorney, and they live by that. The failed attorney has came out here and flaunt that in the face of YouTube. Said it did not apply to her. First of all, I have several statements that she has stated that the model rule, did not apply to her because she was pro se. She said that. Some of it because she's a content creator. She said that. Some of it because she's protecting her mother and her sister. And she has a right to come out here as a content creator and say what she wants to say because she has a life. She has a right to express herself. They know that she has a social media platform. They know that she is a person. Let me tell you where you go wrong at on this. Because you have a clear misunderstanding, interpreting, and listening, interpreting, and reading, in my opinion. Okay? If you don't know what your model rules are, and I know them probably better than you, as an attorney, starting from model rule 1.1, 4.1, 8.1. Now, I'm not going to go over these, so I'm going to let you go look them out because you need to know these rules. I would suggest you know these rules. I would suggest you get very familiar with these rules. Failed attorney, I am going to suggest if you don't know your model rules as an attorney, I strongly suggest, wholeheartedly suggest that you get familiar with your rules. You come out here and laugh. You can come out here again and say, I stand on what I stand. I'm going to be an attorney from a year from now. I'm going to be an attorney tomorrow. Nobody's going to take nothing. Nobody's going to touch me. Nobody cares to listen to y'all. Nobody cares to listen to 74. Nobody's going to respect anything y'all say about me. Nobody's going to give a damn about y'all. I'm going to tell y'all right now, nobody cares. They don't care. They like me. They think I'm good. They're going to keep paying me. They're going to do okay. Okay. All right. Chris Ashley sent floating heart. Thank you. Welcome in, Chris. I'm going to say this again. There's going to come a time where somebody's going to hear you. And there's going to come a time when somebody's going to hear other people as well talk about you. And they're going to hear exactly what's been going on. There's going to come that time when somebody's going to hear and somebody's going to listen. And then somebody is going to have to deal with you accordingly. Right now, you think you're above the law. Right now, you think you're above the California State Bar. That nobody's listening, nobody cares to hear what anybody has to say. Because you've been doing it for 2 years, and people have filed, and they have filed, and they have filed, and nothing has never been done, and nothing will never be done. When you say that nobody will ever listen to a victim the way you spoke to a victim, people heard you. And sometime, like I always said, sometimes things may not be done in the courtroom, but what's done in the public is that's matter. You may not get justice in the courtroom, but the public can be your worst sentence in the eye of the public. What would it be like if some newscaster, somebody in the news in California, LA, get a hold of these videos? You don't think that would be worthy to hear an attorney say what they said on live? I think it would be worthy if some LA news channel pick up on you. Because when you can bring a whole foster system, you mentioned law enforcement, you mentioned the court. You don't think that's important? You don't think what you said as an attorney that we know you as and you keep shoving down our throat would be worthy of hearing? That how you think the state bar will support you in saying what you said and they won't give a damn what you said about being of a child. Don't look at us. See, we're going to take 74 out of this and then we're going to look at you talking about as of a child, not an adult that you're mad at, okay? See, there are things that you have to understand. We're going to take the adult out of this because that's what you did. and you attack the child version. Okay? Let me try to explain that to you. You see how this can go real quick? We're going to take the adult that you felt attacked you as an adult and your mother as an adult. We're going to remove them from that. Then we're going to deal with the child that you attacked. You see how that goes? You didn't attack an adult. You attacked a child. You spoke about a child victim, not an adult victim. You spoke about a child victim, a victim of the system. Take the adult away. I want you to see how left this can go for you real quick like. Okay? See, once you thought you were attacking the adult, you lost all common sense. And you attacked a victim that was a child of the system. Y'all get me? Give me a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. We can remove 74 as the adult, because that was not who was attacked. 74 as the adult was not attacked. 74 as a child was attacked. We're not attacking an adult. We attacked a child, a victim of the system. Okay? This is how this is going to work. You didn't attack 74 as an adult. You didn't talk about her as an adult. You attacked her as a victim of the court system, of the foster system. That's what you did. So nobody is going to look at you attacking 74 as an adult who talked about your mother. They're not going to look at that. That's not what they're going to see. I need you to clearly understand this. They're never going to look at you attacking. So if you had stayed on 74 as the adult, you can call her all the names you want as an adult. You can talk about her house as an adult. You can talk about her as the adult. You can call her all the names in the book. But you didn't do that. You actually attacked a former victim, a former child victim of a system. You say, I want to see how. I need you to understand that. You marked a child victim. You attacked every child right now that's in the system. That's how that's going to be looked at. Every child that's in the system right now in foster care. Every child that's been in foster care. Every child in the sound that is in the system, within the system right now, you as an attorney attacked every last one of them. You see how I can make that look? You see how that look? Give me you see how that look? You see how that argument look? You see that? You see how that argument looks? You didn't attack the adult 74. No, you didn't. You attacked a child that may have not gotten, that was not protected. And you said that. You said that. You said that. You attacked a child that you perceived that did not was heard. Yeah, you did. You attacked a child, a victim, a child that was still out there. Do we also, let's find out if that child still has any type of statutory time left. See, as an attorney, you attacked every child in the world. That's what you did. You attacked every child in the system, still in the system today, and was in the system. You did that. Because and you said that God brings children in the world like that, and they're still in the system. You said that. You say God created systems, things like that. Now, if you speak to the average human being, and we all not, some people are not going to go biblical on this as much as you want, We're going to talk about the public ear. Okay? Because the argument that you made after that is not going to work. I'm going to tell you right now. That ain't going to work. That argument that you're trying to make about God's will, we're talking about the general public. Now you tell me, what church you gonna sit in and give that speech in? I want to know right now. Somebody raise their hand. Tell me, as I want you guys right now, and to be honest, you take that video that she made and sit it in a church. What do y'all think gonna happen? You play that video in any church that she did. Since we all want to say it's biblical, play that video in the church. Play that video before your church and say, this is a video I agree with. Play that video in any courtroom right now. Play that video in front of your friends and tell them, I enjoyed this video. I think she's smart. She's an attorney. Every one of you guys right now, take that damn video and play it for your family entertainment and say, this is a person I agree with. I like her. Hmm? Take it to your church since you enjoy it and say, this is an awesome person. This is an attorney. Go play that video in your church. Play it in front of your family. Play it for your grandmother and say, this is the person I want to be. This person that made this video is awesome. Take it to school. Play it in your school. Since you think it's such a great video and you can stand on it. Huh? Tracy School, she said that, and I told her God didn't, don't do that. Intercessory says, Chris Ashley, I wouldn't dare play that. No, but no. Some people say, hey, will visually attack a child at that and then say, send me some super stickers and cash app because she's going to buy a Louis bag. Oh, that's another thing right there, TMC. It was done for monetary value, monetary gain. The attack on a child, victim, no matter if it was 10 years ago, that victim still was out. That's still a victim. You identified her as a victim. You identified her as a victim. You identified 74 as a child victim. In your video, you identified her as a victim. Knowingly identified her as a victim of child SA. You did that. You did that. Good morning, Justice Chat. Bless you. Since so many situations, their esteemed victims are still fighting for their hurt and pain as a child. It's sad to see them hurting. Thank you, Dad. Speak Gems. Why you think King Charles stripped his own brother of everything, house, home, everything, because his victim was 16 years old. His victim is now probably what? In her 30s? There are people losing their jobs because of victims that were identified 20, 30 years ago. There are people losing their jobs because of victims that are now adult. Yo, are you crazy? You attacked a child victim. Epstein victims were children. And they got paid millions. Will that ever change anything? No. That will never give them their innocence back. But people rewarded them and gave them justice because they were victims of adults. And you came out here and you think this is gonna fly. You think your attack on a child victim, not the adult victim, not the adult, because you didn't do that one. You attacked a victim that was a child of the system. See where I'm going with this? She identified her as the child victim. Said that people covered her mouth. Thank you, Cassie 219. Thank y'all for the memberships. Thank y'all. See y'all is coming in. Thank y'all. Thank you, uh, somebody. Cassie 219. Welcome to the Justice League. Thank you. Thank you for the 9.99 as well. She identified the child as a victim. Stated her several times that God allowed you to be a victim. You were a victim, and nobody heard you, and nobody will hear you today. They heard esteemed victims 20 years later, 30 years later. They heard their victims. Those victims were heard. You know the Pope, how many popes and priests have went down from victims 50 years ago? Oh, let's go talk about it. Do you know how many victims, how many priests have went down from victims that are now 50 years old? And the priests are in their 70s and 80s, and the victims are now in their 30s and 40s. You know how many priests have failed because of victims that were now 30, 40 years old? Huh? So you think she don't have any rights as a victim right now? You told her as a victim nobody will ever hear her story. You said that. Doesn't really matter. She identified her as a victim, Tracy. Because 74 told her story. I believe 74 has told her story. And as an attorney, you came out here and you victimized her again out of anger. What you didn't understand, failed attorney, is that you as an attorney that took an oath, victimized her once again. You victimized you victimized a child that may have not gotten justice, and you told her, you'll never get justice. Nobody will hear you. You didn't get justice as a child, and you won't get justice now. You, the attorney, said that she deserved this, and God lines people up for life like this. You said that. You go say that in the courtroom again. Go say that in somebody's church. If you believe, you said it on the internet, and anybody that believe her and agree with her, take the video and share it with your family and friends for Thanksgiving. Tell them you're proud of this video. This is something you will always cherish. Go do that. Those of you that listened to that video and you felt it was so good and so right and so righteous, take it to your church and share it for Thanksgiving. Make it a holiday movie. I want us to curse, but I didn't. Y'all don't know how many times. Ooh, help me, Jesus. Take that video that you so proud of. April Love, you like that video? Granny K, how about your church like that video, Granny K? Go share it with your church. Take that video and say, this is God's will. Play it. Play God's will video in your church, April Love. Play it for your family. Yep, it's me. Oh, yeah, we can say, well, she talk about God. Well, 74 talk about her mother and said her mother. Okay. Then talk about 74. Curse 74 adult ass out and tell about her adult ass all day long. That ain't what she did. She attacked a child victim of a system. Y'all come out here. Well, justice, no. If I'm wrong, take 74's victim 74's video to church with you too and say, see how she talks about her mother dying, and then play her video. Ain't none of it justified. Ain't none of it right. No, ain't none of it right. Who gonna lose their job? 74? Who'll never be able to practice law again if this get to the right people in the right timing? If this gets to not only social media, if this gets to the national news, if this get to a local news station in LA. Somebody got any friends in LA that got local news? Anybody got any? If this gets out into the public outside of here, outside of this, if this get off the YouTube sector and into the right hands, and maybe never get into a courtroom, but if it gets into the right public hands, if it gets into the right news media hand, this is an attorney saying this. If it gets to the right people, she felt like that about every child that's been touched, and well, those people are supposed to be supporters. I know one of those people have someone that's been touched. Probably so. Was it that 12 Peak Pickett? Okay, I see you. Daz speaks Jim, says Rose Miller. Good morning, Justice. Hey, Drake Queen. I can't stand this fake subs, says Nicole. Nicole, I don't know what's going on. Douglas, she's disgusting, but everybody wants to talk about what LA does in front of her children, but it's okay that she did that in front of her child. I can't stand the fake. She did it in front of her own child and justified that as well. Ain't not y'all. Take the video that you think and you think is so good, and you stand on, and you play that video in front of your kids. Play that video in front of your kids. If that video is so worthy, let your kids listen to it. She thought it was good for her 15-year-old to listen to. Matter of fact, let them, y'all make it a series. She got 3 of them out there. Play the whole thing for the church. Play the whole thing for your family Thanksgiving morning. Just make it a whole, get some. She forgets she has a daughter and nieces and nephews. Grapes and happen at any age, any time, any age. There you go, Nicole. You see that? You see what I'm saying? But like I said, a whole different type of standard. And even if it was no standards, even if it was no oath, even if it was no rule of conduct and model rules, it should have never happened. Okay? You didn't attack the adult, 74, and that's where you should have kept the focus on. You should have kept the focus on the adult, 74. You should have ragtag 74 adult. But you didn't do that. You didn't do that. You attacked somebody as you known as a victim. You described as a victim that was not heard, that did not receive justice, that the court system failed, you even said the caseworker knew about it. The law enforcement wouldn't do anything for the victim. How many victims out there right now that's in that situation right now? How many children are in that situation right now? Do you think if I put this video before a judge, what do you think he's going to look at? I take your video and I take 74's video of her wishing your mother all types of death and wishing harm, and they go, that's very distasteful. That's just horrible. Oh, I don't like that. She is, horrible. Then they play your video. Huh? And they play your videos. They take 74's videos. They take your videos. Huh? Line them up. Which one you think? Which one? Again, it's going to be according to the judge too, right? Things don't make sense until it's at home, and that's for everyone, says Dad, Speak Gems. As suggested, if that video is so great, they didn't want in their audience play for their church members, for their family. That's what I say, Nicole. If that video is so good and you so proud of that video, take it to church. Take it to church. Things don't make sense until it hits home, and that's for everyone. That is true, Daz. That is true. Nicole Pratt said 100. 100, 100. She'll come out here and she'll quadruple down today on what she said. That what she care about that? That's not what she was on. She don't care about what Jesus said about the little children and the children are our future. That ain't what she was on. Look how she spoke in front of her future. Play that video for y'all kids. Because somebody in the audience kept saying, stop, stop. Play that video for your. Take the video to the orphanage, and play it. Matter of fact, take it to teach to the school and play it. Matter of fact, play it in front of your colleagues. Say, this is an awesome video. I think she did a great job. She's talking about a lady that told her she wished her mother's dead, and this is what she came up with. Everybody can't tell anybody how to strike. Everybody value lives differently. Some people value the people's mother, and they go, but I feel strong about the mother. She made the mother statement. Yep, she wished. Yep, some people, and there are. I gotta be real. There's some people that are going to feel strong about 74's video of wishing death on somebody's mother. They're gonna weigh it equally. Yep, they're gonna weigh it equally. Some people are going, she deserved that. She said something about somebody's mother. I love my mother. I'll go straight to the hell, the pits of hell with them too. They talk about my mother like that. Yeah, there are people that believe that too. There are people like that. I gotta say it. There are people that will go do what the failed attorney did because that's how strong they feel about their mother. Right? Gotta go back, right? There are some people that feel just as strongly about how I feel about what that failed attorney did, and they put as equal emphasis as what 74 said. We got to understand that. It's all round all levels. Yeah, there's some people that gonna feel just as strong. I'm not gonna be stupid. I gotta realize that as well. There's some people that value their mama more than they value children. They ain't got no relation to children. They can't relate to that. So they may not value that, and they may go, right? Right? Y'all see what I'm saying? There are some people that going to feel just as strongly about what 74 has said as well as they feel, and they're going to feel the same type of way about probably how that girl reacts, right? So I got to understand that. I just can't. I weigh it differently. Okay, is it wrong? Yes, it's all wrong on all levels. Ain't none of it right, and ain't none of it can be justified, right? Okay. All right. There are people that feel that to the highest point that nobody should ever wish nobody death on nobody's mother, right? Right? We know that, right? Then no, nobody wants that. Okay. But 74 ain't gonna lose her job for that. Is as crazy as it may be, as wrong as it may be. 74 ain't gonna lose her job for that. 74 probably won't be held as look as hard as, but will be looked at in certain cases. People will feel she was wrong, morally wrong, in all kind of way. But when people listen to this attorney over here, that's a whole different type of ball game on this part. Y'all see what I'm saying? Everyone, less of them are speaking active curses over their loved ones by way of ignorance and demonic deception, says apart. Nicole. Oh, this is wrong on some levels. Yes, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. I think again, I look at what the attorney did. As in my opinion, you can't, in my opinion, and this is how I feel, she went to the lowest you can ever go, attacking a victim of a child victim. Okay, she didn't attack the adult 74. She attacked a victim of the system. And that's how anybody, any court will look at it. Any judge will look at it. She don't understand that. Any law, any agency today will look at that as an attack on a victim of a system. Not an adult victim, a child victim. Okay? I'm telling you right now, let me lay this down to y'all as facts. I'm gonna lay this down to y'all as facts. It is a fact, and I'm saying that she will be looked at as an attack on a survivor, a child survivor. Okay? This is an attack of a survivor, a victim, and a survivor of child SA. Okay? This is how this is going to be looked at. This is facts. I'm giving you the facts. This is not going to be an attack on an adult. This will be an attack on a survivor, a child survivor of SA. Now, I want y'all to understand that that's a whole different ball game. Okay, that's a whole different situation. Okay, I personally would never wish death on anyone. I know that there is a power in the town, and I don't want anything to ricochet to me and my loved ones. I don't know these people. Everything is wrong, but different is marketed. Child that was damaged at a young age. That they couldn't control. Thank you. That's where I'm going with that, Laverne. Is that Laverne G? Yes. I agree with Justice. I'm just stating the righteousness of the entire situation. I understand you. I understand you, Nicole. There is no argument. It's really, and I understand you can't. And everybody's going to feel differently because the strong opinion on mothers, and nobody would never wish death on somebody. I wouldn't say nobody because people do it, right? They do it. I understand that. I agree with you, Justice. No justification. But in the end, this is where I'm saying, if you want to weigh it out in the public eye, people are going to say, you can't, no matter what, the power's in the town, but how many, you ain't, there, there is nobody can put nobody in heaven or hell. Yeah, you can say wish death, I don't know. I'm talking about the victim, the law, the system, right? 74 is going to have to deal with that situation with that particular, in that sense. She ain't going to get arrested for saying that. She's not going to lose her job for saying that. It don't look right. It's not right. But is she going to lose her job for saying that? Is she going to lose her livelihood for saying, I wish your mama died? Okay? Does it make any sense? I want y'all to go with me. Morally, wrong, right? We know that. We all know it's wrong. Shouldn't say that, nothing like that. Don't feel good, right? It don't sound good, don't feel good. Agree. Like I said, when they are feeling defeated, that's the first thing that they attack is children. She can't handle the adult 74, and she attacked the kid 74. That's where I'm going to go, Nicole. When you can no longer, and this is what happens, anytime that family cannot get you as the adult, they go after your damn children. That's what I'm talking about. Just as she attacked also the adult that I heard her on the worst live ever. I felt that live in the worst way. She said they made her do it. What? She attacked also the adults that I heard her on. She attacked also the adults that heard her on the worst live ever. I felt that in that live in the worst way. She said they made her do it. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. That live had to been the worst thing I ever heard. I've heard a lot out here. I've heard the mother say some things. I've heard I don't even think I've seen Dodo go low. I've heard other content creators go low. I didn't think I heard anybody ever go that low. I've heard some low. I've been out here. I've heard some low. This is this is just this is just low to the point that you even this is I've heard content creators that never spoke on shit speak already. And I'm like, people are shocked. People are shocked at the fact that even if you that it came from the field attorney's mouth. And the way she did it and how she did it and for the length of time she did it. And then she came back and did it some more. That's the part. That's why social media isn't the place to vent your life struggles. You know, some people do feel safe. It is a place where people have come to share their story. Okay? And yes, sometimes people make you shouldn't share, but some people aren't really. Sometimes they share their story because that's what they want to do, right? Social media is a platform where people feel they can share their story sometimes. And if they can share the good, the bad, and the ugly. And they're okay with that. It's what the person that gets the story do with it, right? It is what the person other you sometimes you can't control what people will do with your story. But you told your story. Now what people do with your story after that, once you put it out there, there's no control. Right? There's no control behind it. But that doesn't justify somebody taking her story and then doing that to it. There's no justification of somebody taking that story that she may have shared or she may have told some of the things and taking it to that level. It turned into a whole different thing. Okay? And I'm sticking on the fact that she's an attorney and why she thinks that nothing is going to happen to her. Why she thinks the bar is going to support her in this. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Nicole probably have to, and it's not temporary. These lives are changed forever. It was the worst for me. I've even recorded, screenshot the transcript because an attorney. This is very disturbing. That's what I said. I had the entire transcript. I have everything because I've seen she's went low, but I just here. You know what? Let me tell y'all how bad this is. Let me tell y'all how bad this is to me. Y'all remember I told you guys just a month ago about the. This is why this is so low for me, y'all. I want y'all to hear this. Hear this and hear me loud. Hit the like button, y'all. I got 165, 244 people in here. I'm going to tell y'all why she should be concerned. Why she should be concerned. And why that I can kind of tie this into something else. Y'all want to... Let me tie this into something for you guys right quick, okay? I'm going to tie her story into this, and I want to see y'all. I want to see people stand with her on this here. Okay? I want y'all to listen to what I got to say. Hit the like button right quick. Y'all get the likes up, and I'm going to tie what she did into something that actually took place. Okay? Not justify it, but you definitely have to prepare for it to be used to further that hurt, embarrass, and some you. What? Justify it, but you definitely have to prepare for it to be used to further hurt, embarrass, and some you. What? I don't know what you're saying. Write that over again. The diaper part literally took my breath away, said Nicole. It's disgusting what's going on out here. I'm going to, you got to write that over again, Danny girl. Shame you. Okay. You justify, you not justifying it, but you definitely have to be prepared for it to be used to further hurt, embarrass, and shame you. And shame you. No, they can't shame me. For what? I'm not a victim of SA. If that's what you trying to allude, that's Dodo's lie. That's Dodo's lie. That's a lie came from the pit of hell out of Dodo's mouth. Wow, Nicole, she talked about being violated, and I'm gonna tie that in. Y'all get the like button up. Ain't none of that she said has anything to do with me. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Don't even put that on, tie that on me. That's Dodo's lie that she's telling out here. If this being reported to the bar and nothing is done about it, somebody needs to take this to the media. Oh, it's gonna get to the media. Oh, trust me, it's gonna get to the media. Oh, trust me. If I'm telling you it's gonna get to the media, not you speaking about things started by shared by people on the oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, it's going to get off social media. This is not going to stay on social media. This is going to get to the media in California. You best believe it is definitely going to get to the media in California, because somebody is going to find this worthy of listening to, being that she's an attorney. So trust and believe it's going to the media. Okay? All you got to do is shoot the video right on over to any damn and advise them this is an attorney talking on YouTube. Okay? That's it. That's all. So it's definitely going to make it wrong. It's leaving social media. It's leaving the sector. If I'm telling y'all, it's leaving this sector and it's getting into, hear me. If I'm telling you that these video are leaving this sector and getting into the public, trust me. Okay? Trust me when I tell you that. Also, the media in Nevada, Justice, she's licensed in 2 states. She wants to detect and say that she can't get in trouble. That girl's truly an idiot, says Rose Miller. There is something called the public eye, okay? There is something nobody's going to hear. People going to understand that you frustrated and you angry as somebody is telling you that your mother is going to die. They're going to hear that. They're going to understand your frustration. But what they're not going to do is agree with your reaction to it, okay? They're going to say, we understand you're angry and frustrated, and it's wrong for that woman to say that. You should have just turned her off and attacked her as the adult, but you didn't do that. They're going to hear you. People are going to sympathize with you and understand that you were frustrated and angry and that your mom was not doing well. And this a woman over here kept saying that your mom is going to die. But what they're not going to understand is your response to it. That they're not going to understand that. They're going to sympathize and understand your frustration and anger. But to what you got to say about a victim that was a child, you should have attacked the adult. Is that she didn't have to listen 74 times and time tune into her thoughts. Yes, she didn't. You have the right to turn it off. It's like me listening to somebody talk about me, and then I go and get a weapon and travel all across the world to do damage. Okay? As I told y'all before, verbal provocation is no justification for violence like that. Your job is to defend people. How can you? We're going to talk about that. Okay? We're going to talk about some of the things, but I got to be kind of like, exactly, and she can and stop others from bringing her information. You can. People don't have to take information. People don't have to have things. Somebody send you a video. Okay, if your intent is not to listen, they send you a video. Delete the fucking video. Excuse my language. If you don't want to hear what somebody is saying and you decided I'm not tuning in, and then somebody send you a video, question who that person is. If you tell people that you don't want to be involved, don't send me no videos, I'm not watching, and they continue to send you videos, consider who they are then. Why are you sending me videos? And I told you I'm not watching. Just delete the video before you open it. And delete the person that is sending it to you, right? Delete the person that's sending you the damn video and delete the video. You don't have to listen. Nobody forced you to open that damn link up and listen to it. Stop the bullshit. Excuse my language. I didn't even want to curse. Stop acting like somebody making y'all listen to videos and things you don't want to listen to. I choose. I'm woman enough to say I get out here and I go listen to it. And yes, some of it irks me. Okay? Some of it makes me sick. But I've chosen to listen to it because why? Because sometimes I want to use it as content. Woman enough to admit that. I ain't out here saying I ain't listening to shit and I'm listening to it. She acts untrustable, and that's the mistake. She is supposed to uphold a certain standard. And we're going to talk about that too, JML. All right? Hey, Tawana, how are you? Me too, because she's losing the one case that she's desperately wanted to win. Hey, Nicole Pratt says, Nicole Pratt, bless you. Thank you for your work every day. Cassie, yes, it's time that she get held for the fire when it comes to her career because she's unethical, she's unhinged, she's disgusting, she's evil, and time she gets what she deserves. She is unethical, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it with your name. I ain't going to call your full name. You know who you are because I don't want to lose this video. But you are unethical front field attorney. You are unethical, unprofessional, no integrity. You're a loser. All in all. Okay? I believe she's given up on her career. I think so, Jacqueline. I think something, Jacqueline Saunders, that's the only thing I could think of. Something is happening. She is not moving the way she used to. Okay, something is going on. Something is happening. Like exactly, and she can also step others from bring her information. Yeah, your job is to defend people. Something's going on, but she can't be a victim because when father passed, it didn't stop both her and her sister from coming for you. Isn't fair play. Can't tell folks how to get their look back. Just good morning, Justice J. No, you can't. You can't really tell people how to get their look back, but some of us can't get our look back the way we need to. Okay? Some of us can't get our lick back the way we need to because it's just certain things you can't do. Some of it is because morally, I ain't going for your child, even though you came from my parents, even though you came from my child. I just ain't coming for your children. That's the moral part of me. That's the characteristic part of me. I ain't coming for your children. Dog, take mine down, all kind of shit. It won't let me go there, okay? It still wouldn't let me go there, okay? It won't let me go there. That's just me. That is just me. I'll come at you 10 different other kind of ways, but I ain't coming for your children. All right? Hey, Serena's K-pop. That's my decision. Don't make me weak, and don't make me like bad or weak because somebody coming for your child, but you won't go for them. No, that's part of me. It won't allow me to do that. Okay, it won't allow me to come for your child. Even if when you came for my mother, I came for yours. When you came for my father, I came for yours. When you came for my daughter, I came for you. I didn't come for your children. I didn't come for your children. I didn't come for your minor children. I came for your adult ones that had their mouth out here. But I never came for your minor grandkids, and I never came for minors. That's my choice. Okay? Spoke to you earlier, and I hope you have a great day. Who is that? Hey, Chris. Let's see. TMC, I know Seretness K-Pop's in the house. Welcome in, Seretness. Uh, who is this also? Rebecca Wilson, welcome in. Let them report. 74 recorded it. Very good. Good morning. Justice, hey, Seretness, I believe you just, I pray that it's getting in the public. People, hey, yeah. And hey, listen. If you ain't afraid, y'all know what's right. You can send this thing to the media. You don't have to. Send it to your local media. I want to encourage anybody. If you really feel strongly about what you heard, give it to someone and tell them send it to the media. This is an attorney. This is an attorney. Tell them what's going on. Tell them why the attorney did what they did. Tell them that the attorney said nobody will touch them. That the bar can't touch them. That nobody will find justification. Everybody will justify what she's done. Be honest. Send it to the media. Send it to your media outlet. Some of you are not afraid to do that. Take it to somebody. Take it to another attorney. Take it to a judge that you know. Take it to the bar. Take it to somebody that you know. If you feel this strong about what you heard, like I said, it may not always get into a courtroom, but it'll get into the public eyes. People need to know. This is somebody out here wanting to represent people, wanting to stand in a courtroom. How after that? How? And justifying that, and I'm not going to go this, but if they listen to all her videos, I don't know, she said she's never going to take it down. She says she'll shovel shit before she take it down. I have to be careful what I post on social media because I'm in a field where my job can look at me and say she doesn't not represent us. That's another thing. You have to be careful. Not everybody can get out here and do everything and say everything. That is true. Not everybody's job. 74 will never get fired for saying, I wish your mother passed away. She's not going to get fired from her job. Nobody is going to really, people stop looking at her. People move on. Some people have. But she's not going to lose like this particular video. Somebody needs to hear it because that was some people. If you guys are really strongly, take this video somewhere and let them know this is a victim. Now let me get into the story why I said that. And don't come at me, well, y'all talking about y'all want to destroy a black female. Huh? Y'all want to start destroying, don't put that if you put that in my comment section today, why y'all want to hurt a young black female, I will destroy your comment. Don't nobody put in my section today, after this video, why y'all want to hurt a young black lawyer. That ain't no lawyer that I want representing any black person here. That's my feeling. Okay? Don't nobody come in here talking about y'all going after. No. Go listen to that video. Go listen to that video. Don't you come in my section with that BS today. Some of us have worked very hard to get where we are. And we do come out here and we may say some things. And we may have sat in some audience. But we know how to move around. Okay? Some of us got some filters. Some of us got some restraint. Some of us are teachers. Some of us are psychiatrists, therapists, scientists. We all got in spite of what they think, a lot of us got some very decent careers in here. A lot of us make a lot of money. In spite of what they may think. And a lot of us ain't that damn stupid. Okay? We ain't that stupid. We can come out here. But we know how to draw the line. We know exactly what we ain't gonna say. We know the perimeters of our job. Okay? I'm gonna get back up to you. I definitely have a restraint because certain things I don't say or listen to, I know how to remove myself when it's getting too dark. Nicole, I know how to get up out of there. I know how to get up out there and say that for the ones that cannot hear, says Chris. Going back up to your candy that tried the video. Take that down, Liza Cooper. I appreciate you letting them know. But pull that out, Liza. Pull that out right quick. Pull that video out right quick. She destroyed herself coming on here with that mess, says Yvonne. I'm sick of these fake hypocrites. I would never want such a filth representing me on any level. Me should not even be licensed. Good morning, Brown Beauty. Good morning. How are you? Let me see. What so she's destroying herself and her black daughter, says Rose. Esquire has destroyed herself. No, 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 the black female is destroying herself, says Only Sunny Day. I'm looking for your comment, Laverne. I have many people that will not recommend I don't go in these people's wishes because I know that they are trigger for me, so I'm not going to set myself up for failure. I have to be careful when I post social media because I'm in the field where my job can look at me and say she does not represent us. People got to learn when you're in a field that practically like example teacher, a nurse, doctor, and a lawyer, all police officer. Remember, when you get that job, be careful. These fake content creators, be sick of these. Let me see. I missed that. What happened? I lost it. Okay. I'm trying to find it again, Nicole. Laverne. Where did I go with it? I know that there are the triggers for me. I gotta find it again. Chris. I'm having a really hard time right now. I met this. Okay. You want to change my subject up. Damn, how do I pin you? Undo. Let me get rid of you. And then we ignored you and you still didn't get in the basement. Sicko. All right. Okay. Trying to find that comment again. All right. That's good morning. Good morning, everybody. Pizza, you think she used the shovel? Pizza, you think you used the shovel? What is she saying? She messed up and she knows it. That's why she's keeping the video up to try and act like she's not scared. Oh, she knew we had it already. There was no need for her to take it down because once she's done it, she knew everybody had it. So it's like, fuck it. It's all up in the air now. I'm going to act like because you can't. Taking it down will serve you no purpose because people already downloaded it. They got the screenshots. They got the transcripts. And somebody said she may have done this intentionally to end her career. Because maybe everything's not working out for her. And she can't do it herself. And this, somebody, let me say it like this here. I was just piggyback off you when you said that the people that supporting her not telling her that that was disgusting video, vile video to say about a child being violated. Oh, okay, I got you. That's a career-ending video for any attorney, for anybody. If I had made a video like that, that video would be career-ending for me. If I had said the things she said like that, that would be a career-ending video for most of us. For most of us that would say something like that, if you in a certain it's a career-ending video. Let's just say that. Not only for her, it would. I wouldn't want the public looking at me. I wouldn't want anybody even thinking I could have thoughts like that. Yeah, I think something is happening. I think maybe this is what she wanted. Maybe this has something to do with the case that's coming up. Maybe something is going on in the background we don't know anything about. But it's definitely a career-ending video. Because all it has to do is get to the right media sources. You know how many victims that are out there right now? You know how many victims are still in the system? Do you know how many victims that are still not got justice, and she had the nerve to say that? You can target one person, then you can argue, but that's just one person. That ain't, she don't mean it. No, no. I know that video was reported multiple times. YouTube doesn't do anything, and they won't. They won't because they won't. YouTube makes you go through a process. They have we have to look at what the type of family and friends we have when they allow you to self-destroy yourself. Your loved ones should have cared enough. Somebody tried to help, but she didn't care. I think it was Dodo, they said, that was telling her to stop. And I think they said her daughter was begging her to stop. And she said, no, I'm going straight to hell. Okay. Okay. She said no. She told them no. Self sabotaging. Thank you, Kim Anderson from New Orleans. She's self sabotaged. And I think it's a way out. It may have been her way out. It could be her way out. It could be her way out. Maybe she didn't know how to get out, and maybe this was her way out. You know, it's so many victims that deal with this everyday justice victim of being violated as children that is getting victimized. And if she don't think, let me explain. I meant to tell y'all this story. Remember a month ago I came out here and I told y'all about the judge from the magistrate judge here in Charleston. Last name Gosnell. Go look it up. Last name Gosnell. For years, he's been molesting children. They're looking for the victims now that may be adults as well. They're looking for victims now that may be adults. This man wrote and had conversations and written material and audio material of victimizing toddlers, planning to victimize toddlers, talked about victimizing toddlers, 2 months old toddlers, toddlers still in diaper, people still in, babies still in diapers, brand newborns. Okay, go look him up. He's an attorney. He's a not an attorney. He is a magistrate judge out of Charleston. His name is Gosnell. This happened about a month or two now. He didn't. They don't know if he did anything. He has admitted, but they have audio in written context of him describing his his SA of children, his preference of toddlers. Do y'all hear me? Tied us into her telling her story. Let a person whose child is a victim of this magistrate listen to her video. Matter of fact, wait a minute, hold up. I got some friends that I need to get in contact with and let them listen to this video. I'm gonna have some people listen to this video and see if they see anything that is considered maybe legally wrong with this video. Okay, there is a lawsuit now against the Juvenile Detention Center in Chicago dating back to the 90s for allegedly assaulting against the minors in custody. Yep. And if 74 was a victim, who says 74 still can't get justice? See what you did as an attorney? And I'm going to stop talking about 74 because it's her story. But, 74, I hope this live don't offend you in no kind of way, but just me wanting to get this out on this damn attorney. Because if everybody is mad as you think you are, have somebody look at it in your state, in your city. See what they think. See what the media might think in your city. Let them know this is an active attorney bragging, stating that the state bar, maybe they can contact the state bar in California. Take it to the state bar in your city and ask them to have California take a look at it. Because she actively said California State Bar wouldn't do anything. I got some friends I need to have look at this video and see if they see any type of harm. Maybe some type of, if there's any type of crime being committed. Because it still might be a victim. Might have an open case. But if you hear about Skip Gosnell and you think about the victims of Skip Gosnell, allegedly, because he's being charged, he's not in jail, he's not getting out. Okay? He's not getting out, and his victims were toddlers. Now, you think about the mothers and the fathers whose kids may be a victim of a judge. His title got him close to them kids. Y'all see what I'm saying? His title may have gotten him in people's home. You understand what I'm saying? His title, his power, his perceived status in the county may have gotten him close to people's kids. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all get me? There is a trust. When you take an oath and swear in, there's a level of trust that you're supposed to have. Level of integrity. Because people says you carry that word, Esquire, on your name. Judge, on your name. There's a certain expectation. When we see the word, you wanted people to look up to the word Esquire. How can we look up to the word Esquire with you out here? How can we look up to the word judge with him out there? People look up to these words, law enforcement, police officers. They have a certain expectation of people, right, y'all? They have a certain expectation when they see the word law enforcement, Esquire, judge. Those words carry some power behind it. Carry some prestige behind it. Not everybody can get into law enforcement. And unfortunately, there's some people that get in that should have never gotten in. Not everybody could be an attorney, but there's some people that became one that should have never became an attorney. But the pandemic happened. There's some people that became a judge, like Skip Gosnell. Should have never been one. They took advantage and taking advantage of their name, their title. Some people took the title, the advantage of the name law enforcement, police officer, and took people's life unjustifiably because they had the title. They thought the word police powers gave them the right to take somebody's life unjustifiably. It gave them free reign to knock out people and fight people and hurt people. Then you got people that are judges that took advantage of people, got close to people and took advantage of people's children. And then you got somebody that's an attorney that figures nobody can touch me and I can attack you as a child victim. Ooh, wow. See how we can tie that in? You see how I can just put that on a bow? You see how I can just tie all that in together, failed attorney? You see my presentation, failed attorney? You see my video today? If you get an opportunity, listen to the whole thing. And note that you will have to answer for that video. Even though you think you're not, you're going to have to answer. I'm not sure if it's going to be through the bar, but it will be in the public's eye. And you may not care. And at this point, you said you don't care. You shovel shit. Be careful what you wish for, because look at me, you already started shoveling shit. Because the shit that you shoveled out here for the past couple of days is shit shovel worthy. So you already low. You're not winning. You lost. You lost when you made that first video. Okay? You lost when you made that first video. You lost when you came out here trying to intimidate people. You didn't win this time. For the past 2 days, you've been losing, unfortunately. You've been losing. You lost it. You lose. And though it may look like you won, you didn't. You didn't win. You're not winning. You sold yourself over and over again on this channel. I put some videos up. Go look what the lawyers that are here. Yo, on my wall. Let me see. Hey, Grand Rising, Don Pearly. How are ya? Jade Live, just in the chat. Content is true. Makes sense and needed. At the end of the day, nobody should allow someone else to cause them to lead them straight to hell and in career. It's an career ending move. I don't give a damn what no, excuse my language. I don't care. That's a career ending move. Okay? I know for my fact, if I said the things that you said and I put that in the video, it would have been done. It's over. It has to be exhausting to hear your mother constantly bragging about your sibling. Then she'll say you were just hurt not to leave you out. Wow. Wow. Saw the video, says Vicky Gail Harris. If you guys really want to make a difference and you're not afraid, you ain't got to do it. Do it now. Drop it off. Take a damn, what is it called? Take the video, download it into the, send it to the news media. Send it to the bar in your state. Ask them to look at this. Send it to the law enforcement officer in your state. Ask them to look at it. I am. Trust me. I'm not letting this go. I'm not letting it go. My personality wouldn't let it go. Take it to the mayor of LA. Take it to the law enforcement agency in LA where she is at. Take it to the mayor's office. Take it to city council where she's located. Matter of fact, take it to all law firms. Take it to the law firms in the area and tell them, look, I don't know where she works, but this is an attorney. This shit needs to get out, y'all. I don't care how you feel about 74. I don't care how you feel about any content creator on this app. I don't really care. But this here is a whole different kind of beast. And when you don't care, and you doubling down, and you shovel shit before you take that down, well, let's see how well you're going to be at shoveling shit. I want to see it. Matter of fact, get out there and shovel some shit. Because that's what you're going to be doing. Because you got a whole lot of shit to shovel. The video should be sent to the Law Bar Association. Take it to any law office that you know of. Hand it to them. Say, this is an attorney on YouTube. What do I do with this? Take it to, walk into a police station and say, this is a, because YouTube ain't going to take it down. And she feel because YouTube didn't take it down, then she's right. Even if it don't get into a courtroom, and if there's never anybody we held into a court, get into the public eye. They need to know what's going on. How is it said? If a mind thinks it, it will do it. We have to be careful what we say and do. Yeah. You have a right to feel frustrated, and you have a right to be angry at what you're listening to. But there's some things, like I said, can't tell nobody how to fight. Can't tell nobody how to hit back. But then again, you got to know how to hit back without losing everything. The hell? Then you go with the consequences when you do it. There's always consequence. How far are you willing to go with your hit back? Some of people ain't got nothing to lose out here, y'all, on these hit backs. Y'all hear me? A lot of times, when you ain't got shit to lose on these hit backs, then you can probably get away with it. I can't hit back as hard as I want to hit back because I got shit I can lose. You understand me? Some of us can't hit that we want to hit morally, who we are, and then we got everything to lose. I'm about to lose my shit on YouTube on a hit back. Okay? Emma Blankley, if you are a lawyer on here, if you are a teacher on here, if you are a doctor in this sector, if you're law enforcement in this sector, report this shit. If you took an oath to uphold and to protect, report this shit. I'm not under an oath anymore, but I'm going to report this shit. Okay? Email it out to lawyers. Make some copies of it and email it out to the media. If you got a friend in media, ask them. Email it to some big social media people. Or maybe she'll get people. She'll probably get big. Don't worry about how big she's gonna get. Don't let the money get in your way of thinking she gonna make it off of this. Yeah, I can give a damn. She gonna have to eat that. Cause a lot of people won't do it because she gonna get views. I don't give a hell how many views she get off of this. Cause that's what she see what a Louis bag versus your who you are gonna get. You young, okay? You are young. You buy a Louis bag, that's your career right there. A Louis bag, that's the end all to be all for your career. A Louis bag is your life. A Louis bag gonna feed your 15-year-old after you lose your damn career, your license. What y'all gonna do? Eat the Louis bag? The Louis bag gonna pay for your child's education after this get out. Thank you, Laverne. A Louis bag. This is what it means to you. My career ain't worth not a damn Louis bag. It ain't worth nobody materialistic nothing. It ain't worth no penthouse. My career ain't worth no what? You put everything on a Louis bag. You put your whole career on being able to go buy a Louis bag. And most definitely use that one too. Because they did this for personal gains. They did this to gain monetary because they said they want to buy a Louis bag. That's an argument as well. That's against moral codes. That's against the rule of. That's against the model rule. I forgot which model rule it is, but I'm pretty sure it is definitely a model rule. Okay, it's definitely one of them. I just don't remember which one. I've been doing a lot of learning of model rules. Okay, why not just go buy the Louis bag? Put your whole career probably valued at what? Becoming a lawyer during the pandemic. Let's see. Mm, Hell, you throw your whole career away for a damn Louis bag. Her life is now in her karma. She's her mother's daughter. Why not go buy the bag, sis Chris? Hey, Via, what's going on? Child boo. Absolutely does. Keep bringing this good old truth. Thank you, Nicole. It can be email. Email it. Take it. If you really, really on it on no, if you really not on the BS about this, and you really feel strong, this ain't got nothing to do with no YouTube. This is far beyond that. If you don't do it because you feel, well, I don't like the content creator, man. I ain't got nothing to do with all that. The shit that was said was sick and vile, and nobody holding law or taking an oath should be able to say it. And I'ma stand on it. If you shouldn't even be saying it as a human being, but damn it, well, you took an oath and say you will uphold and you protect, and you will uphold. No, no, ma'am. We all know she's a broadcast attorney. She needs to understand what's going on with the victims and they're hurt by Epstein and Trump at a young age. Yeah, yeah, we got people that are still getting justice today because of somebody like Epstein that got away for years. Somebody like Prince Edward, got away with it for years. Years they got away from their victims. Nobody, they weren't even, the victims didn't have a voice. Thought nobody would hear them. 30 years later, somebody heard them. Huh? The victims thought they would never be heard. That's what you said. But somebody listened to those victims 30 years later. 30 years later. 40 years later. And guess what? They're losing everything. They're hiding. They're ducking. They got people redacting on the Epstein files. They're shaking in their boots. Do you know how many men and women, black, white politicians are shaking in their boots because of the Epstein files? Do you know how many people probably shaking in their boots right now, praying to God that file don't come out? Do y'all know how many people in power, in businesses, in acting, in Hollywood, in the music, black, white, politicians, no matter what, do y'all know how many of them are shaking in their boots? They were probably 30 back then, 40, and now this Epstein file might come out, and they shaking in their boots because justice will come for those victims that were not heard. That's what you said, attorney. They weren't heard, but they're going to be heard today. How would this story go? An attorney laughed at a victim, mocked a victim that was not heard in foster care, made fun of a victim and told the victim, the adult victim, you will never be heard. Ooh. How would it seem that during the Epstein situation right now, that an attorney laughed at a victim of the foster care system and told her today, nobody will hear you today. Not a lawyer, not the bar. Nobody's going to hear you, even though you were a victim. Even though people put pickles all over you. Even though they covered your mouth. Even though you were in a pamper. Even though you were coming out, you were a victim as a toddler. Even though you were still a victim and so nobody will hear you. They'll hear it today. You said that. Didn't you think Epstein people told those girls years ago that nobody's going to believe you? Shut up. How many times today you sound like Epstein's people? How many people told Epstein victims, other victims of SA, that nobody will listen to you? How many people were told by their by the person that was victimizing them, nobody will ever hear you? Nobody will ever listen to you because look at you. Look what you look like. Look where you came from. That's what you told her. You told her that nobody will ever listen to her because of what she looks like today as an adult. Where she comes from, she don't have nothing. Look the way you look. That's what you told her. You told her nobody will ever hear her. No law enforcement, nobody will listen to her today. And you will be an attorney even after this. That's what you told her. You told her nobody will ever care about her story. Nobody cares about her story. Nobody cares if she's a victim. That's what you told her. Don't you think they told Epstein victims the same thing? Don't you think during that time they told them, and during the time they probably told other people as they got older, and they said don't do it, but they finally got brave enough to tell it? Maybe she was never heard when her uncle used to come and get her and buy her clothes. Oh, sig mail? Sig mail? Hmm, something to think on, right? Good morning, Linda Sample. Well, just, oh yeah, she said a lot. She said a lot. This would be a good time to take it because let them know that because this person is an attorney and you're thinking about what the Epstein victims went through, and this person is an attorney saying this about a child victim. Don't care. This person is an adult now, but as a child victim, this said this person's making fun that as an attorney saying this victim will never get justice. She's a disgrace to the law firm and human aids. I know she's triggered a lot of people, says Yvonne. She is the worst. I didn't think anybody can go as low. I've seen low and I've seen gutter. But this is, yeah, you wanted to Trump things. Oh yeah, you if you want to win at being the gutter lowest shit that ever, if you want to win lower than your mama, you got it. If you want to win that you win lower than your sister, you got it. If you want to say that you went down to the pits of hell and surpassed the devil, you win. If you want to claim you win on this, girl, field attorney, you win a boo boo. What that prize call on? What they used to call a prize on? Let's make a deal, cause that's the prize you gonna win in the end. What's up, Charlene Ross? What's going on? That's the prize you gonna win in the end. What's the prize they call? Hey, Charity. What's the prize they call in the end, y'all? When you go on Let's Make a Deal and you didn't get the good prize. You get the what type of prize did you get when you didn't get the big prize? That's the prize you gonna get in the end. She was the victim herself. She never the zonk. Yeah, the zonk. You got the zonk prize, girl. She was a victim adult, even though she did it a roundabout way. She was heard, but only her family didn't care. They just suffered her back into the fourth. Said Vale. I don't even know what's going on, but I know that what you're saying, you're not playing this morning. Not at all, Kimberly. Not at all. Y'all, her biological mother gave her ass. She said that. She said that. She went to visit her dad in hell with this one. What? No, but this ain't Dodo. This is this is the lawyer, y'all. This is the attorney. I hope I'm not the only person who reported her video. The content totally offensive. Don't report to YouTube. Do not report to YouTube, y'all. YouTube is not going to do anything. You got to be brave enough to take this outside of YouTube. You got to be brave enough to take this to a media, to a law firm, somebody that will listen and probably get it to California. You got to try something else. YouTube ain't going to do shit. And she knows it. She's bragging about YouTube not doing anything. YouTube, okay? You cannot just leave the YouTube. YouTube is not going to do anything. All right? It needs somebody to be able to explain the context of it, where it's coming from. This is an adult that felt that another adult talked about her mother and said some very derogatory things, but this was her response as an attorney. Okay? You got to be able to explain it that way. I understand her being frustrated and angry about what was being said. But this here, coming from an attorney, how it makes you feel as a citizen, thinking about the Epstein files, thinking about all the people out here in the system, you got to be able to put it to it like that. Okay, so if you brave enough, you got to get it out for YouTube. YouTube ain't gonna be the one to do it. You got to be brave enough to get it into the public's eye and let them know this is what's out here. Because this is my version of a Skip Gosnell that has a pen. Skip Gosnell, again, was a judge that felt it was okay to SA toddlers get close and use his power to do it. She thinks it's okay to use her power as an attorney, her position, and she's protected by the bar and anybody else. And that's what she said. Nobody's going to touch me. The bar is going to protect me like they've always done. They've never listened to you. That's what she said. And tell them that. Tell them that she says the bar is going to protect her. That the bar will never do anything to her. And she'll have her job even after this. Okay? You have to want to do something. All this, everybody talking, but never doing anything. I don't talk. I act. People like, well, you act. Yeah, I act. Just like that's what I called the police on her daughter, on her sister. I don't come out here and just talk shit. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I do it. I don't come out here when I tell you that I am going to do something, I do it. And if I'm telling you I'm taking action, I'm taking action. Trust and believe me. Okay? People may have said some things when I called the police. You damn Skippy. I may say a lot of things out here, but what I'm not going to do is break the law and dox people and threaten people. That ain't what I do. So when you did it to me, I told you my everything. One thing I ever said, if you dox me, we're in a whole different ball game. And I upheld my promise. People may have not liked what I did. No, I don't play these YouTube games. I come out here and talk my ish. Let me talk my ish. Be offended sometimes. But I draw the line when you threaten me and when you dox me and effed with my family. I don't know what the outcome is going to be. They may do something. They may not do anything. But I told you I don't play when it comes to that. Talk all the ish. I can be all the buffalo butts in the world. I can be big, fat, and funky, everything. But you don't F with my family. You don't dox me. You cross that line. And yes, I called the police and I made a police report. I never took that back. You understand what I'm saying? I stood on that. I said it for years. There's certain things you're going to do. I can take you calling me names. I'll be Bufflebutt. I'll be Bookman. I'll be every damn thing you want me to be when a name calling. Because name ain't going to make or break me. Okay? Because I know I'm not Bookman. I know I'm not Forrest Whitaker. So you can call name all day long. Even though I think Forrest Whitaker's a good looking guy. I do have a Forrest Whitaker eye. I know I got an eye like Forrest Whitaker. But I'm not Forrest Whitaker. Okay? But I'm good with that. Call me Bookman, okay. Call me Buffalo Butt, good, okay. Don't dox me and don't fuck with my family. That's all I ever said. And you did. And I called the police exactly like I said I was going to do. I did exactly what I said. I said, if you ever dox me, I'll be in your city. And literally, I didn't come to your city, but I did call the police. And they came to your door. That I did. And I'll do it again if you fuck with me in a wrong kind of way. Just don't break the law. Okay? Dox me. Don't threaten me. Don't threaten my family's home. And you did that. Okay? That's how I fight back. Told you, I'll use the law to fight back. I'm used to using the law. I was the law. I know I want to use the law. I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to hurt nobody. I'm not going to cause no physical harm. I don't wish to fight nobody. I don't want to throw no blows with nobody. That ain't what I want to do. I ain't doing that dumb shit. I ain't gonna visit nobody. Don't come visit me. I ain't jumping on no plane. I ain't rolling around on no ground. I ain't trying to prove nothing. Okay? Yeah, don't watch it, Avis. Don't if you can't, don't watch it. If you plan to watch it, do something about it. If you plan to watch it and it makes you really sick, then do something. If not, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. They don't care about their career as an attorney. I don't care either. So let's do this. Let's do this. Because there ain't no way you need to be in somebody's courtroom trying to represent anything, everything that got to do with the oath that you took about the law. Because let me tell you, you don't deserve it. You will never, you don't deserve to be an attorney. Not for the shit that you have done and said in the past 3 days. Not at all. We know because you're not that type of person of anything. You're out here trying to help people. I will try my best. And if I say I'm gonna do something, if I'm telling you that I'm doing something with this video, I'm doing something with it. I don't know what the outcome is gonna be, but I know I'm doing my part with it. I know I'm doing what I can do, because I ain't gonna come out here and just talk ish and be mad about something. I'm gonna do something about it, and I am. When I say you have no integrity, when I say you have no morals, when I say you are unethical and unprofessional and you deserve not to be an attorney, I stand on that. Take me to court and sue me. I stand on that. You can come out here today and say everything you want to say. Work and get your bag, because I know that's what you're working on. I don't care. I don't care how much money this girl make on her videos, y'all. Let it be known, I don't give a damn. But it's a price to pay. There's consequences. You don't deserve to be an attorney. You don't deserve it. You say you don't think somebody deserves help? You don't think somebody deserved to be heard by the police? You don't think, you said she deserved what she got. You said that woman as a child deserved everything she got. You said that. You said that woman in the state, under the guise of the state, under the protection of the state, deserved not that woman. You said that child, that baby, under the protection of the state, deserved to be essayed. You said that. You said that. You said that child deserved to be essayed. I'm not talking about the adult, because the adult is not who you were talking about. You were talking about the child. You said that child deserved to be essayed. You said that child deserved not to be heard as a child. You said that child got everything they deserved. You said that. You said that child. We're not talking about the adult. You said that child deserved everything it got. It deserved to have its mouth covered. It deserved to have a pickle in every part of their body. You said that. That child got everything they deserved, and nobody had a right to hear them, and nobody would hear them, and nobody would do anything, and nobody's going to do anything today. You said that. You said that. You said a child Do you know every victim out here couldn't fight back? Do you know there were victims that in your audience, a child don't know how to fight back? What's a 5-year old, a 6-year old, a 7-year old? How they gonna fight back? Who they gonna tell? How they gonna tell? Some of them even know you said that. Some of them don't even know the words to tell. You said that. You said that they deserve what they got in their diaper, in their pamper. Soon as they came out the womb, it was meant for them to be that. You said that. You said as soon as they came out of the womb, that was meant to happen. And they probably got it while they were still in their diapers. You said that. You said that. You said that about a child. You said that. We're not talking about, that's why I want you guys to understand. We're not talking about an adult attack. We're talking about a victim of a child. We're talking about a child victim. Take everything away from it. I don't care if you don't like the adult. I don't give a damn if you don't like the adult. We're talking about the child, the defenseless child. And then we're talking about every defenseless child that's in the system today. That she said when we heard because God ordained that. Okay? This came out of the mouth of an attorney, Pearline Webb. If y'all don't think this is worthy of being sent to the news media in your county, in your state, to anybody that will listen, I don't know what to say. Some of you know how to get this shit out. Some of you know how to put this to the right place. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know where to put this at. Y'all know exactly where to send this to and how to send this to. Okay? Don't worry about what they can get from this and how they can make this money and they can get this. If your mind's still set on them making money off of this, I can't help you on that. If your mind thinking about how they could profit, that ain't got shit to do with me. I'm talking about the content of what was done. I ain't trying to ride nobody pocket. Don't give a damn about how big her Louis gonna be. Don't give a damn about that. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Cause some people mind, oh, she gonna get an audience from this. She gonna be able to go get money from this. I don't give a damn. I want her career off of this one. Then she can write about go shoveling shit. I want her to shovel some shit. She said she'll shovel shit first. Well, let's get you to shoveling some shit. That's what I want you to see. Since you want to shovel some shit, let's help you. Okay? Apologize. That girl said she'll shovel shit before she back down. Apologize. She said she'll never apologize. She'll never back down. God himself couldn't make her change it. She said nobody is going to make her change it or take it down. Nobody. No law firm, no judge, YouTube, nobody, not her family. Nobody's going to make her take it down. That's what she said. So you thinking apologies coming? Alive and prosperous. I know you ain't heard the failed attorney last 3 videos. Don't y'all worry about. I would tell you guys, if you can't handle, I wouldn't, don't go listen to it. If I'm telling you, it's the worst thing that's ever been out here. If y'all think what she did in 2024 was low, If y'all thought she can go low in 2024, if y'all thought anybody have done anything, we had some people. We have had people go out here low. Y'all ain't never heard nothing this low. Y'all ain't never heard nothing this low. She said God agrees with her. That God made this happen to her. That God did this. God wanted her to experience that. God wanted her to go through this. God did this and God did that and God agreed. I don't know what God, no. We can come out here and tell me read the Bible, go look for it, the Bible. God, that wasn't done out of godly ways. That was not done out of anything godly. That's why I'm not tied into anything godly. That was done out of pure malice, hate, and whatever else. Do not. That where she came from didn't come from God. Okay, she tried to put God in after she figured, let me go ahead and state it, but that didn't come from no God. That girl came from pure hate and malice. There's no way that she is attorney. It's so sad. Okay, she didn't explain it in a godly way. She didn't break it down using citing the what is that I want to say? She didn't break it down bringing in scriptures and verses and chapters. She didn't do that. She didn't come from a godly way when she was talking about it. Okay? When you're coming from that way, you would probably invoke some scriptures. You'll be able to use. She didn't do that. She came back and said some bullshit later, but she still can't support it. Now I have people coming in here trying to support it with their belief, but she didn't do that for no God way. She didn't come from no godly belief. She wanted to make a Louis bag, she said. She wanted to get her money up. She wanted to run her bag up. She wanted to hurt. She wanted to play. She said, wasn't this playful? She said, wasn't this we were supposed to be playing? This wasn't about the Bible. This wasn't about God. This was doing her attack and then trying to use it after that. But nothing she did came from God. It came up God. Nothing. She tried to explain it later. But y'all know that was BS. Y'all know that was BS. I'm not stupid to sit there and listen and think this girl wanted to do damage. This girl wanted to talk. This girl wanted to hurt. She wanted to cause pain. That's what it is. That's what somehow we all come back out here. God dang it, let's be honest. When we come out here to try to hit back, our way is to try to cause as much hurt and pain as you try to cause me. Huh? Let's get damn honest about it. When we hit and take our licks back, ain't it about God. It's about I'm going to get you back and to hurt you the best way I know how and however I can hurt you. That ain't got nothing to do with God. That ain't God's way. That's us making a decision to strike as hard and as hard as we can. I'm going to make you hurt. And that's what's her decision. Huh? And if she knew her mother wasn't if she knew her mother is not in ICU, then no justification about it. I think because I was saying it came from a comment said once one made. She just wanted to break because she ain't stable. Thank you, KP. Let me tell you, only one sunny day. That girl was coming from something else. I don't know what's going on in her life. I don't know if this is a way for her to end everything the way she wanted ended. But all I'm saying, everything she did was career ending. She may be working, she may work as an attorney somewhere if they don't take her license. I don't know if they'll take her license or not. If people file with the bar, they might. If people actually file this one with the bar, she might lose her license. She might get reprimanded. She might get suspended. Hell, who knows what's going to happen? And nothing might happen. But if you put it in the public eye, you put it in the places it need to be, it'll still have an impact. You don't always have to get things in the court to have an impact. You can be impactful using the media. Okay? So those of you that think this is cool, go ahead and show it to your family on at the church. Go take it to the church. Use it as a study guide for God's will. Okay? If you believe this is God's will, like she said, then take her video and use it in Sunday school, okay, to teach God's will. Matter of fact, take it to Sunday school today is. Okay. And we used to have Sunday school on Wednesdays. Take it to church Sunday morning, tomorrow morning, and share it as the pre-Thanksgiving video. Okay? If you think this video is so worthy of being understood as God's will, and that she was trying to explain God's will, and this is what God is wanting, take that as a good example to your church and say, this is an awesome video on God's will and allowing things to happen to a child. Go ahead and play it for your video. Go ahead and play it for your church. Play it at Thanksgiving morning. Go ahead. But remember, just as I told y'all, I believe she's doing this to pay a particular way in hopes of gaining favor in her career. In her case, she spazzed last. Yes, right before the same time, May, right before the trial, right? That's when she went at her family, right? Sunny Day, that's right before the trial in May. That's when she did it before. She did it before, just before the trial. She might be trying to get into a hospital. Let me stop. She might be trying to get, thank you, Nicole Pratt. She might be trying to get something going where she can appear to be a certain way. I said that as well only one Sunny Day. This may buy her some more time. This may be a way that she appeals for more time. Damn it, Sunny Day. But guess what? This may be a way she's going to say that this could be a play. But you don't play like that. Whether she playing or not, we got the words already. Whatever her intent was, you don't go that way about doing it. Your intent, but your impact is totally different. Right? Uh-huh. The intent and the impact. She might be doing this for one thing. And I told you something is going on. Because here's what I said. If your mother is doing that well, in spite of everything 74 has said, your mother overcome. Now, let me try to listen to me. Listen to me. Hear me now, Chad. Hear me now. Okay? She came out here and they say their mother is doing well. That she has succeeded. That she has overcome. And everything is going well. Huh? Let's go. Listen to what I'm saying now. She came out here and said, Mom is doing well. She's about to come back on the throne. She's about to come out here and dog walk some people. She has done it. Whatever they were doing was successful. Huh? Y'all hear me now? Then everything she said, then everything that 74 had to say was moot. Huh? If your mother overcame everything, made it clear, coming back out in just a few days, then what 74 had to say was moot. Huh? Whatever 74 said about ICU shouldn't matter. Whatever 74 read from the chat, let me make it very clear, because I want to make sure everybody understand. 74 only read what was being said. She didn't make it up. Somebody put it in the chat and she read it, right? If 74 read something that was not true, then what was? That mean then why the response that way? Apparently 74 words didn't carry through. Huh? Whatever 74 was wishing didn't happen. Your mom is doing well. She's coming back to YouTube. She's not in ICU. She's healthy. She's ready to go cut some people out. Y'all make it make sense. Hit the like button. Huh? Come on, y'all. Come on, help me out here. Let me know if you hear me. Give me a 1. If you hear me, give me a 1 in the chat. Because the chat just got quiet on me. Would it have made sense? Why would it make sense? Huh? If your mother is doing all that, then what 74 had to say about ICU shouldn't have never mattered. What you should have said is, fuck you. My mom is good. She about to come back up out of here. So fuck a ICU. God is good. My mama is coming back up out of here. So you would have given God the glory. Mm-hmm. And say, fuck you, 74. My mom coming back out here. She ain't in no ICU. But you went to the pits of hell. Huh? What? If your mom was doing as good, and I wish no harm to your mom. As lies y'all told, as I said, I spoke death over that lady. That's a lie y'all tell. What I did say is that the disease that she told us she had could lead to death. That's what I did say. I don't speak death over nobody. I don't wish your mama no death. I ain't never wish your mama no death. I wouldn't do that. I just wish she'd think sometime before she speaks. I wish she had a damn soul so I can snatch it sometime, but I already took it. So anyway, let me get back to the comment. So I'm making some coffee. So y'all hear me with the 1, right? Y'all hear me. Everything y'all came out here and said that mom was good, but 74 read from the chat. I heard she was in ICU, and that set you off. That particular time set you off. Not, this is where it don't make sense now. Y'all understand? 74 has been saying this shit for over 6 months now. We've had the pecan season almost 2 years now. And we had pecan season. We had 74 with the bell, the sound bowl, ding, dang, dang, for damn near 3 months now. But this particular day that your mom was doing well, you come out. Huh? The one day that you had to say how well your mom is doing, in spite of all the pecan seasons that went through, in spite of all the chiming of the bowls, this particular day, 74 read, I heard your mother's in ICU. And you at the same time came out and told the world your mother's doing great. And you spaz out. Make that make sense. Rose Miller said, I've heard several people wish death on their mother. And she didn't do this. So why now? That's what I kept saying. Why now? What about the ICU triggered you? What triggered you? What was the trigger? Because I've been hearing it. Do I agree with it? No. Do I agree with anybody wishing death on anybody? No, I don't. There's no justification in believing it and wanting it for anybody. As much shit as I talk, I ain't never. As much shit as y'all talk about my mama and daddy, still ain't never wished death on your mama. Still ain't never wished that she would just go. No, never did. Just talk my shit about her and what she looked like and how she act. That's it. But I ain't never spoke no death over her. Never did. Y'all like to say that to kind of justify what y'all want to do out here when y'all want to talk about justice, and that ain't never happened. Play the video where I wish death. Do you know how many times I had to catch myself and stop myself and tell myself that's not what you gonna do? That's not what you gonna say. I don't care. That ain't those words ain't gonna never come out your mouth. You know how many times I had to stop myself on my damn stuff that shit down in me, refusing to let me go that far, refusing to let me be that person. No, I've never done that. And because I support content creators that may have said it, that don't mean I agree with them. Just like people may support you today with the shit you said, but they don't agree with you. But some of them ain't gonna be in that chat egging you on. The ones that don't agree with you, going to do two things. They done moved around, went to pray somewhere and got on their knees praying. Or they done move around, move away from you. But they ain't gonna be in that chat, and they may support you, but they ain't gonna support you in that bullshit. They may support you, and they may still like you, but they ain't gonna ride that train with you with that bullshit. There are people out there like that. They like you. They like your blog. They might like you for other reasons, but what they ain't gonna do is ride that with you. Okay? Good morning, Anel Furman. They ain't gonna ride that with you. They're not riding that with you. Okay? There are people like that in the audience. I'm like that as well. Everything I might support you, I might like you, but I ain't riding that. No, I ain't going to the pits of hell with you. You can go to hell by yourself on that one. I still like some of your shit, but I ain't. You gonna have to take that train to hell by your damn self. I ain't going on it. I ain't getting in it. I ain't going. I ain't putting no damn gasoline drawers on and going straight to hell. And okay, I'm not putting gasoline drawers on. Many times I've had them on and it caught flipped. I had to take that gasoline drawers off. Many a times I pulled on some gasoline drawers and had to realize, I ain't going. Okay, I'm not going. Understand me? Certain things I am not going to do. I put on some gasoline drawers. That shit burned. I had to get them off real quick. I'm like, oh no, Lord, I ain't going. I ain't going to the poverty pits of hell with nobody. I'm gonna have to take my shit myself, but I ain't going with everybody, y'all. I'm just moving around, and I know people. I'm for fact. I know people that are going to support her, but she just ain't. They're just not going to ride that. They're not going to take that. No, they're not riding that damn train to hell with her. She going to that. She going to take that train with what she said about attacking a child by herself. Exactly. There's certain people that we know a lot of times what say it doesn't sit right with us. We know that. If it don't sit right with you, you can support people. You just got to go. I can't take that one. I can't do that with you. Uh. Mm. 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 I can't. No. I gotta move around. I gotta take. Can't deal with it. Can't listen to it. They ain't doing it. You gotta take that one by yourself. Bye. And I know many people have fallen back on my channel for a lot of reasons. I don't get mad at them. A lot of things they just don't want to see me do. A lot of times I may have, you know, said gave content and they hear it, but they didn't know I can go like that. And they're like, oh shit, I didn't know Justice can do that. Bye, Justice. I didn't know you. Some people literally leave because they don't like some versions of me. And that's okay. Some people don't like certain contents of mine and they may pick up and leave altogether. I'm not mad at that. Hell, if you don't like something truly, if something really, really, really just hit you to the point where I can't, not at all, no matter what, yeah, you pick up and leave. That's okay. All right. Exactly. We like certain people, but we know a lot of times what it doesn't sit right with us. True, yeah. Good morning, Al Furman. Who's that? Good morning, Justice and Chad. Do you thing like you always do? Thank you, caller. What's going on? So, like I said, I've been on here going on how many hours, y'all? It must be 3 hours in. You got a marathon going on. I don't even know how long I've been on here. I ain't letting this go, y'all. This one right here, I don't know where it's gonna go, but it's coming off of YouTube. This ain't gonna sit on YouTube. This here's, you will not sit in a courtroom attacking a child. Not the adult. You attacked the child. And you said some of the most vile things you can ever say. I thought I've heard some things talked about kids on here. And yes, it's gotten low. And yes, it's been nasty. Yes, but this here? Ain't no talk about children really good at all. Ain't nobody talking about saying anything sexual about a child that is not acceptable at all. Not acceptable at all. I don't care who you are on this YouTube street. I always said that. It's not acceptable. How do you weigh it? When do you put weight to it? Is it all the same? No. Sexualizing children, it's not good for anybody. It's not good at all. And when you get to doing this, it just sometimes, because people do it, it can get to a point where somebody don't know how to stop themselves. That's the thing that happens when different people use children in the context of sexualizing them. It gives some people that don't have control the freedom to think that they can go all the way. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all get me? When it becomes a point where it's done automatically, and like I said, you can't tell people how to hit back because people gonna go for the low blow. But when people start to sexualize children, there's certain people that take liberty and they don't know how to stop themselves, right? They don't have the restraint that some of you may go. Y'all may say something, but some people may feel they don't have that strength. They go beyond talking. They go beyond doing anything. Some people may act out on what some of the shit is saying. Okay? Certainly believe that and that their mom health is hanging in with balance. That's what the reaction felt like. Prayerfully I'm wrong. Nicole, like I said, I'm gonna give them what they didn't give me. Okay? They didn't give me. They attacked my father. They attacked my family. I'm gonna give them what they didn't give me. Okay? I don't want their mama to die because nobody want their parents to die. I'll give you that much. Do I care about that family? Hell no. But would I want to see them lose a parent? No. Mm-mm. I'll give you that much. Okay? I got to speak for me. Okay? I don't give a hoot about that family. I can care less because they're going to come back and say some of the most disgusting, vile thing about me after this video. And I don't care about them like that. But I'm going to say I don't want to see nobody parent die. Even after calling my father a bastard after his death. But I told her she's a bastard. They come from a family of bastards. That's my look back. But I don't wish death on their family, on her mother. Okay? Can I leave it like that? Can I leave it like that? Don't give a hoot. Care less about the family, but okay? And that's justice speaking. Can't speak for nobody else but justice. Okay? I seen that disgusting, evil individual says, oh, what's up? Oh, she on live now? She back? I seen that. I'm not praying her own daughter needs to be checked in on because she speaks like that in front of her. She doesn't have the attitude she has for nothing. She has nothing. Let me say something, Charity Bell. And like I said, if she's hard up for money, and if this the way she got to get it, Is a price to pay for it. Okay? 'Cause I don't care if they make $10,000 of that one video, of those videos she made. In the end, you can't. Let me say something. If she makes money off this video, what is what is it worth in the end? There's a price to pay for that, y'all. If she make $1,000 and buy her purse off the video, what is the price to pay for it? That's what we gotta look at. Don't look at her making some money off her videos. What is the price in the end? She lost everything, y'all. She gonna lose on this video. This video is going to cost her. She don't think it's going to cost her. It's going to cost her. We may never see. We may never see the price she pays for it. Y'all hear me? We may never see the price that she pays for it. And we ain't going to see a lot of prices that we pay for. Y'all, we will not be given the privilege of always seeing how people pay. Okay, what's up, Carol English? Listen to you all the time. If there is content I don't care for, I don't listen. However, I enjoy most of the time tuning to listen to what you have to say. Thank you, Carol. That purse is a price to pay for that purse. It's a price to pay for that $1,000. Okay? It's a price to pay for it. It is a heavy price. It's gonna cost her in the end. You'll never see it. We might never see how it costs her. They'll never probably tell us how it's cost. But it's gonna pay a price. It's gonna be a heavy price for that purse that she says she wants to make on doing what she did to a victim, a child victim. And I'm going to say a child victim. She didn't attack 74 per se. She attacked the victim. She attacked a child victim, and that's how it's worded. Y'all understand when I say it? I worded as a child victim. Those are my words that is written. I didn't write it as an adult being attacked. I wrote it as a child being attacked. Okay, y'all get what I'm putting down. Get a 1 in the chat if you get what I'm putting down. I never wrote it as an adult being attacked. I wrote it as a child, a victim of SA being attacked. I didn't write it as a child being adult being attacked. This was not an attack on adult. This was an attack on a victim that did not possibly get justice. That was in a system. Y'all get what I'm putting down? Y'all get what I'm putting down? If you get what I'm putting down, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. Okay. I'm using her words. I'm using her words. Hey, Granny K. Granny K Party Favors in the house, y'all. Y'all check out Granny K Party Favors on Facebook. Granny K is the lady with the plan when you need anything made with pictures, party favors, anything. That's the lady over there. So if y'all get what I'm putting down, y'all got those 1s in the chat. Okay, I just want y'all to understand that's how I move. That's how I'm moving. Okay. I think whatever she thought she was getting from YouTube, it didn't happen. Her bills might be backed up. It just seemed like it was something else other than what she's. Yeah, it's more than that going on. Erica Smith. It's more than that. They definitely have no empathy for the violation of children. That mind blowing for me. These women have children and will possibly have grandchildren. They don't see the big picture. Okay. What's up, Drippin' and Melon? Thank you. Welcome back to the Justice Reacts channel. Thank y'all so much for y'all support. Appreciate that. Thank you, Charlene Bailey. What's up? Thank y'all for responding. And that's where I'm going to leave that at. So, guys, if you feel that this was a major violation and you want to do something and you're not afraid of doing anything, go ahead and get that information out. Download the video. She's standing on it. Get it to somebody that you know that probably have some post somewhere. in your community. Let them know this is an attorney that may be, that is probably have going back and forth with another content creator, but explain that this is an attorney talking about an attack, and that this person would never be heard and nobody will ever hear them, no matter how. That nobody will hear them today, even though we're a victim, and she's using her influence as an attorney to make sure that nobody will hear them and that they will still have their position as an attorney afterward. It's all how you write it, and write the truth and be truthful. Always, always, no matter how. Don't don't always. When I wrote my reports, one thing I remember, I'm not going to embellish. I'm going to use all the facts. It's just how I write the report. In the end, what's up, Geraldine Kid? What's going on? 21 months with the Justice Reacts channel. Thank you so much. Mary Jones, when she heard say that God allowed it, that was the saddest mess I heard in this time. But then she came back with a video trying to justify God's will, and then I had some people that came on saying that God allowed these things, and I got to go back and read that. I'm gonna read it for myself, and like I said, I don't know. Only thing I know for what I know. Thank you, Kimmy's World. Thank you so much. I got to go for my interpretation, and I just don't know a God that would say it didn't come from a God way. It didn't come from God's will. It came from her will. How she said it. She didn't use any scriptures. She didn't use any verses or anything. She said what she said, and she came back and try to say God's will. She didn't support it. She supported with vileness and continued to say it. She didn't say it. She didn't come out here in a biblical way trying to justify it. She wanted to cause hurt and pain and get her Louis bag. We got to go with what she gave us. She came trying to talk about God will later. But when she was talking about God and what happened to this child victim, she wasn't talking about God in that type of way. Okay? We got to be honest. Yes, the big picture is that it could happen to her grandkids. By parents always told us to do right by people, because if karma don't hit you, it'll hit your kids harder than it was. Disgusting. Good morning, Granny K Powers, Granny Party Favors. Y'all welcome in. It's Kimmy's World's in the house, y'all. Make sure y'all go check out It's Kimmy's World. Thank you, It's Kimmy's World, for being a member. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. What's up, Homestyle? What is that? Homestyles. Grand Rising Justice. I'm joining late. It's 74, right? Yeah. This is something else that the failed attorney did. And you're not going to get away with that. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know what it's going to take. But you're not. I don't know how you think you're going to sit in an office, in somebody's law office, except your own, or sit in a judge and think this going to hold water. It ain't. But y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. I've been on here for a long time, y'all. It seems like a couple hours. Thank you, Vicky Kale Harris, y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all, because I definitely, she gave us stripes as Perline Webbs. Just as you know, I be in the bushes. Keep going. Thank Thank you, Kimmy. Y'all check out Kimmy's Chicken Life, okay? The chicken lady over there, and check out her videos in the morning. I've been catching Kimmy in the morning, and y'all know she's about that entertainment life we talked about. I hope you're gonna do that thing on on Candy. That was a very interesting topic. But y'all can catch Kimmy 6 in the morning, my time, Eastern time. I'm not sure. About 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes. What's up? You gonna spam me? What's up, y'all? At TM Sugar. Hey, Oker, girl, I had to read. I'm like, I catch the bottom part. How you doing? Hey, Charity Ball says justice and everyone be happy. Have a happy day, y'all as well. I'm about everyone enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Stay safe, stay prayed up, and God bless you all. All right, KP girl. What's up, Kimmy's World? The chicken lady. Y'all check out the chicken lady. What's up, TM Sugar? Now I see the word sugar. I okay. I got you, Tina Monique. I got you. Hung around, find out. Yep. What's up? So I'm gonna get up out here, everybody. We gonna get up here. I've been here a minute. Y'all do what you feel is right. If you know it ain't right and you really want it, don't worry about reporting to YouTube. YouTube ain't gonna do anything. Do what you think is right. If you're not afraid and you want to be brave, y'all know that shit wasn't right. Y'all know it wasn't right. Especially attack on a child. We're not talking about the adult. We're talking about the foster care system. We're talking about the system in general. I'm gone, y'all. It's Justice React. I've reacted. I'm taking flight, y'all. And I'm gone. I'll see y'all soon. I promise. I'm out, y'all.